the Italians are really on top of this.
Okay, welcome to Dishonored. Wait, to the west, the Dishonored RPG campaign.
That we run when we feel like it.
Yes.
There's no real set schedule at this point.
Yeah, it's
But
kind of
they're all
gone.
recorded, so it's okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should announce it like the day of. Like, hey, we're doing it.
You know, whatever.
Oh, also, before I forget it, I'm going to try and make session happen next week. I'm not going to be that busy next week
Whoa.
for finals.
Neither.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah.
We should do a
Me
long
either.
session like we did the one time with the party.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm down.
Yep.
Spencer,
Yeah, I'll have to figure
Yes.
out when the exams are.
don't you pull something.
Because I don't think
Yeah.
I have.
You
Have
seem
big
very
party
eager.
climaxing.
Because I don't think I have anything on Wednesday or Thursday.
You
Oh,
can do
really?
whatever.
Yeah, I need to compile
Wednesday's
my
the only day I
schedule.
do have one, but I only have one, so you know.
I have something on Thursday.
Okay.
Either Thursday
Uh,
night.
yeah, we will talk about. We'll send
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
yeah. I just
Anyway,
wanted to
that's a
let you
later
know that I'm not
conversation.
going to be like, this is the last session. We're getting another one. It's happening. All right.
Kidnap everyone.
So, last
Again.
session. Three of you were trouncing around Triptych, trying to make a triptych, and visited the Art Institute of Pandysia, talked to the curator, Merrick, who is working with you to forge the triptych that this town is named after. Jacob Reed, you went around, transferred your stuff to the airship, and lended a ride when Anton was just like, man, how am I going to rent a carriage? And you just so happened to have a carriage already.
Transport 3 12-foot tall
much-
canvases back to the
Right.
ship.
How much was renting that carriage going to set me back?
Oh, that's a good point. Not that much. Carriages are pretty prevalent, especially because you weren't taking it to another town or anything like that. Probably use it for probably just a day, so probably like 10 notes. Not much. There's a lot of horses, lots of carriages around here. Wasn't a very nice one, but it got the job done. While that was going on, Heisel met some
Opposition.
Yep. You had agreed to do some sort of like social reconnaissance of.
Turned out not to be very social.
Yeah, it was not very social. You tried being social, and they said no, because you brought up the name.
Timothy Goldwyn.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the name that set them off.
No,
really.
Argon.
It was Argon. Did you
That's
just
fair.
say Argon?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing
Okay.
about Timothy.
Okay, that's fair. Yep. You ran into Pix, who was the jockey that technically won the annual Triptych motorcycle race, and
Beat
he
that
beat
guy.
you to a pulp. You shot him in the chest, which that's pretty powerful stuff. But
Well,
you
my gun
took
is
some
small.
pretty bad injuries. Just to confirm about what you actually took, I hope you all keep track of your injuries. You have a broken left hand and a broken pelvis right now. It's going to take a while to heal. Definitely going to hinder some of your actions. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Left.
Really?
What hand did you say was
Uh,
broken?
Left.
Darn.
Okay, that's
Well,
fine.
Did you try to get out of it?
no.
Oh.
I just chose before I could think about it.
You know what's
Respect.
fun? Anton loses his right hand. You're like, which hand is it? And I'm like, right. You're like, he did lose his right hand. And then Heisel, it's like, so which hand did you shade? Left. Oh, well, it was your left hand.
I know.
Like
I rolled
the
the
randomness
dice.
is hilarious.
I rolled a dice for you, and actually, no, I did that with Heisel as well. So I didn't just pick your dominant one.
I had a long time ago said what-handed Heisel was, and I think it was left. But then you were saying that the right hand is the one that was broken, and I was like, man, I don't want to assume that it was the left hand just because that would be beneficial to me. And I was like, but I think
No,
it was.
It was the left hand.
And
That's
then-
what the dice rolled.
Heisel strikes me as a left-handed person.
Yeah,
She's very quirky and
it's
like.
the sort of
yeah.
decision that makes
She's a
sense for me
cultist.
to make.
Yeah.
I would have made her
Just have
left-handed.
left hands.
That's right.
I like
Yeah,
that logic.
unholy people are left-handed.
Oh,
At
she's
least
not,
that's what we
excuse
thought
you.
in the 1800s.
A left-handed
times.
ginger? Which?
Oh boy, yeah.
Especially an educated one?
You're getting a job? Which?
Wait.
That is
you're
a
saying-
woman?
You're saying that you learned to read. You have red
A
hair.
left-handed, red-headed, ginger
Are
woman that can
left-handed.
read.
And you want to teach our children? Oh,
What's the teacher?
What's that?
what?
This? No.
Yes.
All right, I think the last thing that we ended on was Heisel going unconscious after being pummeled by Pix.
Yeah.
And You guys were on your way,
Yeah.
right?
I think we got there.
So where?
You got
Oh,
to
yeah.
the place?
Who's Bob?
Did you?
We at least headed there. I think it was that because it was that she
You didn't write
had
that.
heard the gunshots and stuff, and there were the people who were sneaking around. I don't know if we knew about them. Who would like,
Wilkes and Casey.
yeah.
You.
who
I don't
who-
think you saw them, did you?
Yeah, I don't think we hadn't connected with them. I think we were getting. We might still be going there.
I think the reason I think the thing that was happening is that there was some time like dissonance. So it was like we decided to go there and it was like, and you're there, but like things were still happening to catch up to the point that we would have gotten there. So like
Okay.
there was some reconciling of time that was happening to bring us to the same moment.
All right.
And so I think basically we weren't going to do anything before we got there, but we weren't like there, at least in terms of Heisel's time.
All right.
Also, since it looks like we might be fighting a little bit this session, I want to point out, or I want to bring up that I do have basically on my suits, on my gloves, they're basically built in brass knuckles
Okay.
that are built into the gloves.
Yeah. I'll
so-
absolutely allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're pretty common, easy to get. So.
Those gloves have really bulky knuckles. You want to see what they do?
Yeah. All right. So I'm not exactly going to tell you what is there right now because, as you indicated, there has been some time that has passed. But you all arrive by carriage, I presume. Probably the fastest way. Who's going with you? Mikhail is going to be one. Are you all? You three are all in this carriage together.
Yeah. And then we brought Bill because why not?
Bill's there.
We need
Okay.
And Gray.
We love
'cause-
Bill.
Yeah, Gray's there.
Actually, they might be functionally useful as well.
Yep.
It's
All
not
right.
bad, Heisel. It works sometimes, maybe.
I wonder what kind of perfume.
Probably a
Hazel
bit
would wear.
crowded, but well, someone's driving. Two people could be sitting up driving, and everyone else is driving.
Jacob Reed's probably sitting on the roof, but like perched on the roof.
I will say the carriage that you
Super out
guys
of being questioned.
got is not
This
like
doesn't have a
you-
roof.
It has a riding seat, so
Okay.
there'd be like the back where you could store luggage or people, which is what you're doing right now, and then a riding seat that has room for about 2 people. So you could be riding shotgun, which is for people that have shotguns. So
Oh.
not necessarily. I'm sorry, I'm just the term. Can you all make a perception check right now? You arrive at the gate and it's closed.
Can we use cleverly?
How?
I maybe don't even notice
kinda
that the
carefully.
door's closed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is gonna have to be carefully.
Yeah, carefully.
It's
'Cause I don't
small
know.
details.
Because yeah, I'm not looking for anything specific. Nothing.
No.
All right. Nothing. On
Nothing.
everybody.
Mhm.
Well, there are some lights. It looks like on in the building. That's about it. Sun is just about setting, and it's getting a little hazy. It's going to be dusk. Things are getting a little dark. Things are
I'll knock.
shadowy.
Is that our doorbell?
First, did you just walk through the gate? Yeah, you went all the way to the door. Okay, yeah, it's open. So yeah, you can get easily to the door.
So I was like, whoa. Before we do something, like, first of all, we're just here to see, just make sure everything's okay. Which I guess could mean we just knock on the door, we send some people in, have some friends, sure. But also, like, let's not all go. Like, the sneaky ones not be the ones that go forward.
Ah,
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Who's the most expendable?
Gray, are you good at talking to people?
Excuse me.
You're good at talking to people. I didn't mean that. He's the one that said that. You blame him.
Well, it's good to know I'm not expendable. Well,
Oh no, you're not expendable. I was talking about that guy. And he's pointing towards Anton.
oh, okay.
Pointing at Anton with his.
Anton, you can't talk to people, so
What?
you can't.
I'm allowed, or
No,
I'm
you're just
physically-
really bad at it.
I'm.
It's like how
not
you could
exactly
throw a
the-
punch, but then I would just snap your arm. It's kind of like that. It's not a personal thing. It's just like
I
an
can
ability.
be better at it when I want to.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
good
I
at
mean-
talking to people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was introduced to.
Good point. And you
Sibel.
actually have a reason for being here because you
Right.
know Heisel and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, yeah. So we send you. We'll just wait. Maybe.
Maybe we should sneak around to the back.
Sure.
Wait, does he know who Michaela is yet?
No. I don't know who this guy is, but if you say he's good at talking, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Let's sneak around the back.
Well, he does have a way
Sure.
with words.
Wait.
Sure.
Okay. Good for him.
All right, we need to go in.
All right. Come on, Anton.
I'll stick near the front.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not the best at sneaking, so front it is.
All right.
That's Gray going. Okay, so Gray and Mikhail are going in the front.
Okay.
Are any of you tagging along with him?
In the front?
Yeah, they're gonna knock. None? Okay.
I'm not that interested in knocking.
All right, that's fair. So the rest of you are the. Where are you going?
Back?
I guess
Jacob.
Sab goes to just kind of hide into an alley where I don't know where we are quite. But if there's a place to like hide and just kind of observe like what happens as they go in and then like
Yeah, where
So-
are we?
Yeah, so you're in a rich neighborhood. Isabel's house is pretty large, but it doesn't seem like it's the best kept. Like, some of these other places have just these like immaculate gardens outside. This one, more just like a yard. Doesn't seem like there's a gardener on staff or anything like that. It really just looked like she bought a house in the area that was big. So it's, think of it as an estate. So a couple trees out throughout the yard, and then the manor, I guess, itself.
Well, as soon as we're out of sight of Gray and Mikhail, Jacob's going to put his mask on
Okay.
and his gloves, and he's going to transform into the Raven of Argonica.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sab like
Sounds so
kind of
happy
doesn't
with
look
yourself.
at him and then when he's wearing it, he looks around like, oh hey, I didn't know you showed up. Guess I can suit up too. Sab just like takes out his overseer mask and just puts it on. Wow.
Do you have a mask?
Smell.
I did.
You put the mask on, and doesn't smell bad. I don't know.
Sab keeps
Smells
coughing.
Like heavy use of cologne. It's weird.
Heavy
What kind of cologne?
smell of
Most colognes in our world are named after places, so I can't really steal any of those. What do you mean, kind of cologne? I mean, Cologne itself is a place, darn it. I don't know. It's wait. What's the literal translation? Toilet water. I'm not making that up. The French
The
word for
other
perfume.
meaning
Yeah.
of toilet.
I guess it would just be called men's perfume then.
But where is it from?
What's that?
Where is it from?
You're not here. Only Sab can make a check about that.
From Cranch.
Sab makes a check about that.
Okay, make a study check
I thought I
carefully
said we were
and
gonna
nothing
be
else.
tonight.
Okay,
This
so
is
Sab gets
this
nothing.
is a difficulty of 4. This is
Sab gets
identify a
nothing.
cologne. What the
Sab
heck?
gets nothing,
Okay.
so don't
So
worry about it.
he asked if Anton had a mask. Did Anton ever get back his mask, or is that lost? Because I don't remember. He got it taken off when he was like kidnapped.
You would still have your mask. Yeah. So the only part of your outfit that you lost was the coat,
Fun.
because that guy took it.
Okay.
Yep.
Then he'd probably have it in one of his coat pockets, because at the moment I think he has everything in his coat pockets, everything that he owns, because it's not that much.
You fit a mask in your coat pocket?
You put
Oh,
a
they're
dog
like
in a coat pocket?
big.
Yeah, I
He
guess
fit an entire pair of pajamas in there.
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, and I guess you don't. have your
Honestly,
artist bag.
I've had pockets that I could fit
Man,
an entire
I need
mask in.
these pockets.
But yeah. So I guess he's gonna take that out and put it on just because, like,
Peer pressure.
might as well. like if everyone else is, not saying it's peer pressure bandwagon or anything like that. Then he's gonna lean down to Bill and be like, do you, I wish you could talk, maybe. Well, thank you. Can you smell Hazel? Tell if she, like, came and left, or she's still in there, or she went somewhere else?
Do you happen to have the rules regarding your feet that gives you the dog? I just don't want to make.
Off the top of my head, no. I can get it.
Oh, I just figured you might like have it on a character doc or something like that. Or on your sheet.
That would have been smart.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna
Why
look
is
for
he
it.
talking to his dog?
Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Hold on, I have an idea, Anton.
what it is.
Sab takes
Hold
out
on,
his
hold on.
the little wooden owl. Psst, Hootie, can you translate this? He holds up to like Bill. You can go.
Can the owl talk? Yeah. Is it magic?
No, it's a void artifact. What are
Bill
you
starts
talking
licking the owl, like
Did you-
snuffling it.
Did you get that? He pulls him like, oh.
Jacob's gonna
Did you get that? Was that something?
Jacob's gonna hold his ear close to
Seb
it.
just like turns away. Hootie, did you get that?
Sab, you fall unconscious. You just collapse on the ground outside,
What just happened?
and you see
Oh, Hootie.
walkways going from building to ruined building. And you see a bunch of people patrolling around wearing a mask just like you're wearing right now. And one of them has a wolfhound. Not like Bill, but still a dog on a leash. And then your eyes are opened and you're still prone.
Don't worry, I know CPR.
Don't, no, I will bite your lips off. Can I move?
Yeah, you can move. You're good.
Oh, okay. Looks at Hootie. That was not helpful, but okay. Sure. Ruined walkways. That's fine. This is because you were just flashing random images. We're gonna have a talk about this later, okay? It leans over to Bill. Bill, did you work for the Abbey of the Everyman? It's okay if you did. We know that they all sucked. And is that like your trigger word?
Considering most dogs don't ever get past the age of 20, and the Abbey of the Everman has been destroyed since 1853, chances are very low that this dog worked for the Abbey.
So,
Your dog would have to be like 16, which
Or the outsider?
that's
Or the-
real old for a dog.
Yeah.
But she is the outsider.
The rules
We know it.
don't say much. It's kind of vague. It's like treated as an allied NPC under your command, and then under the wolfhound thing, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's got a keen sense of smell, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll allow it. I just wanted to make sure if there was like any specific wording regarding. Oh, did it
Please
have a
check the sniff rules.
Do you still have the stat block pulled up
For
for
the
the wolfhound?
wolfhound?
Yeah.
I can get it back.
Probably just copy it off.
You know, that's like so smart that I'm gonna do it.
Or like screenshot and then like do it.
The longest time that I've never thought to do that.
We're on like session 22 right now.
Okay, what do you need to know?
Had a dog since like session
What's the
6.
study score?
5.
And what is the let's say carefully score?
That is the only one that is less than 5.
Oof. I'll allow cleverly.
That one's 5.
Okay.
Good enough. Come on, Bill.
It's like really useful.
You see Bill start to sniff around and go towards the back of the building.
Wow.
At a sort of area for what looks to be what was once stables. No animals there. But you do see some tracks in the dirt. Thin, I don't know, like probably 2-inch sets of lines just in the ground.
Do I know what those would be from?
They're parallel.
Are they like carriage or motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
Make a study check.
Okay.
Did I make the same study check?
Yes. Any of you can. Independent, of course.
Nothing.
Study check, survival, if you have
What,
it.
survival?
Nothing.
That does not help.
1 success.
One success.
No success.
Yeah, it's probably a carriage.
Look, a carriage drove here.
And it is clear. Bill is saying that this is where the descent
Okay.
ends.
All right.
Probably
Okay.
keep following.
So first
Got in
thing.
someone's carriage?
Yes. So first thing.
Wait, she got into a stranger's carriage?
Well, we don't.
This is Pandysia!
We don't actually know that it was a stranger.
Yeah. Well, we know it's about. That's not a good thing.
Now might be a good time to tell us exactly how that's not a good thing.
Wait, what?
Okay. So.
Hey, just to let you all know, there's no one in this house.
Yeah, Hazel's not here.
I'm breaking in to look for
No,
clues.
well, okay, actually,
The door is open.
I'm going in to look for clues.
do it.
He's going to.
Did you find anything out here?
Carriage
Yeah, we
tracks,
found carriage
apparently.
tracks.
She
Hazel
got
went
into
in
a
it.
stranger's carriage.
Okay,
Well, not
that's
a
not
stranger's
good.
Well,
carriage.
let's-
That's not quite.
Let's pursue then.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good idea.
Give me a second. I'm gonna fetch the carriage. All right, and Ray's gonna go around and get the carriage and bring it around. You guys have probably like 2 draft horses leading it.
Sab looks at Miguel. Miguel, do you know how to punch people, stab them in the face?
In the face specifically?
In general,
I can stab people generally, yes.
can you do it well?
Haven't really done it before, but
Maybe you should stay here and just check their house.
make a talk check.
While they're doing that, I'm already
Talk.
running inside to
All right.
just take a quick look around while they're bringing the horses
Yeah,
around.
yeah, sure.
Talk.
Make a study check. Do you have a focus related to investigation
Shut the door.
or anything like that?
No, I don't. I'm not Batman.
Yeah, that's fair.
1 success.
If he dies, the campaign ends.
You do see
We, like, leave.
you do see some traces of blood in one of the front rooms. And you do see. No, that's probably about it. What else are you looking for?
Just any general information.
Yeah,
Just
it's
general
a-
information.
There's a big house.
As long as
lots
there's
and lots of
confirmation.
rooms.
If there's confirmation that a fight
Big
took
table.
place, that's enough to tip them off that something is obviously wrong.
There's blood on the floor. That's
Yeah.
what you can see with the
Unclean
one.
blood on the floor is not a good
Maybe
sign.
there's a dent in the wall. Is it,
That's
well,
with the 2. He does not see the dent. People don't really look at.
It's also fair to be distracted by the blood on the
Yeah.
floor.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So that is all you find with the 1.
Great.
I don't know. Maybe they were just eating some very rare beef or something like that.
So rare it hadn't even been drained yet.
And they
I
had
don't know.
to leave. And,
Something got
rare.
really
Oh, yeah.
bad.
This is some rare cow here. Oh,
The cow's
excuse me.
like mooing, and you're like, it's just, could you have cooked it a little more? And they're like, no, this is how we serve it.
Yep.
I thought you said Miguel is mooing, and I was like,
I do not
That's what I
move.
heard.
I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
Sav got 2 successes.
On remind me what. The talk
Who's
check.
talking to him. Like if you want to. Like I get if you don't
All
want
right,
to, but I
you,
mean
you
like
need to leave
I don't
like
know if that's
right
helpful.
now. Hazel needs to be safe.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I'll take a look here. I'll see if there's anything.
I'm just saying if
anything I
we're
can-
going somewhere, I mean it might be helpful to have someone who can talk to people, but also like I don't know if
We're probably more gonna punch people. At this time, Jacob
Well,
Reed's
Well, if
already
Hazel
gotten
is in
back.
danger, then that might be what is necessary. Is there anything in particular that I should be looking for?
look for anything that has to do with ghosts or
Is this
corruption.
place haunted?
No, like mercenaries or past jobs or.
There's blood all over the floor.
Okay, we're
Well,
going to
that's
go get
bad.
Heisel right
Go,
now.
go,
Everyone,
go, go.
everyone comes with me right now.
I will
Yeah.
take a look at this place. All right, you guys are off. I'm gonna have Gray make a study check on the tracks. As who's riding shotgun?
I am.
Okay, make a study check.
Yeah, generally the person who's riding shotgun needs to be able to use a shotgun.
That's right.
I can't.
He sees nothing.
Okay. That was actually Mikhail's check that I did first. Now for Watchman Gray. Watches. Okay.
But who watches the Watchmen?
Ooh.
Everyone does.
I don't know. He gets some momentum. He holds it. How many successes did you have?
None.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, he follows it, and it's getting a little dark out, but it seems that he's followed the tracks pretty well and keeps pace with it. Make a perception check, everybody.
Oh, you've been dumped off a cliff.
One success.
One,
To join Lee.
One.
one,
Study.
carefully. Okay. You're moving fast. Things are really blurry.
Here's a cursed again.
Just hard to see things.
It was a 9. That's the lowest. Isn't that bad? Just cannot study. Don't. It's
Heisel.
insane study checks.
From your unconscious state, the first thing you feel is slightly warm, but no, it's just regular temperature. But
It's a regular temperature.
I awaken to feel a regular temperature.
regular.
Yes.
The temperature.
Well, okay,
It's
okay.
regular.
You'll see in a bit. Something kind of coarse and a little bit heavy. You can feel on you.
Yep.
What do you think it is?
She's being buried alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know what temperature dirt would be.
Depends on what the sun's been doing.
Yeah, it just set.
Depends
so.
on how deep you got it from, too.
Yeah, you can't know that.
So
but
shiz, you
start
can't
to
know
feel dirt.
Am I able to move yet?
Make a survive check. Resolve focus if you got it.
I do have resolve, as a matter of fact. It's been very handy the last 2 sessions. Survive what?
Forcefully. Raw strength, brute force.
Ooh.
I got a success and a complication.
Complication. Okay.
You would crawl, but you're dead.
You can
They're not
barely
gonna be
move.
alive.
So that one is a partial successes. If you roll a 5 somehow, you're just up and you're moving and can fight back. 4 or like a 3 is like you can try and get out. 1 is you can barely move.
I guess there's not much I can do.
Complication is you were noticed.
Twitch.
You're up already. That was fast. Isabel? Don't take any chances. Make a study check.
With my sack over my head. Okay.
Probably a difficulty of 2.
Study, cleverly, perception. Quick maths. 2 successes.
Okay. You hear just a little bit of ruffling from above. That rustling, not ruffling. And a little bit of a metallic ring. Can't describe how it sounds, but it sounds like Pix is picking up the pole again.
Ooh.
And it sounds like he's getting ready to hit you again.
Am I able to speak?
With a 1, I will say you have 3 words.
Huh. That's a lot of pressure.
How about I'll just die?
About something about Timothy.
Wait, hold on.
Something.
Save the trees.
Support independent artists.
Oh, what the heck? You get 5.
Ooh.
I'm feeling merciful.
So she would croak out through dry
Yep.
mouth that Timothy Goldman is alive.
I wish I could act this out, but you literally can only hear. Make a talk check.
Just hoping for shock value at this point.
Yeah.
Persuade? Woo! That's off the table. I'm gonna.
That's not really.
It's a success.
That's not really cocked either.
Yeah, 2 successes. Well, and I could reroll if I wanted to, but.
2?
You hang.
Okay.
You would feel the bag yanked from your head, and Sibella Scandia is just squatting above your grave, just grave. Or excuse me, it's just a hole right now that you're in. Not a grave yet. You're not dead.
Graves, like art, are all about the intention.
Yep, exactly. By this point, you would feel that most of your legs have already been covered, and your arms are kind of free. Again, it's grueling to move. She's just looking down at you. Really? Is he here? Do you want to get out of life?
No reason to trust you.
But something tells me the fact that you said that means that you don't want to die. You know what? He's already beaten you to a pulp and you're still alive. She reaches into her coat and pulls out something small, in a cylindrical shape, but very, very short and stubby. You know a scantite, right?
Didn't encounter her too.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more force than blunt force. Where is he? Actually, first, give me something that proves that you know this Timothy. Then you aren't just lying to me. Tell me something about him that would be him.
You're gonna kill me anyway.
Maybe I can be convinced.
It's weak proof.
Fair enough. The cylinder that she has, it's not like dynamite that has like a sort of, what do you call the covering of dynamite? It's almost like a wax kind of thing. It's metallic and has something akin to a pin on the top that just goes down kind of the curvature of the cylinder, and she just releases it. And you hear a shot ring out. She looks up immediately. As a bullet ricochets against the ground next to you. This time the bullet connects. and hits her directly in the hand. She drops the cylinder
Can
a
I
couple feet away from your grave.
Ooh.
It's not on top of you. It's very close. Barely within arm's reach.
Is there any way I can reach and...
Roll a quickly check.
This might be the one to succeed on. Wait. Don't you. Okay. You said quickly? Move quickly, I would assume? As much as I hate to say it.
I will allow survive
Oh,
here.
yes, thank you. Resolve help at all?
Yes, because it's very close to you. You just
2 successes.
2. Okay, you grab it. Give me
I
a
want to get
second.
it out of here. Push, grab, throw, whatever I can do.
Roll a. What do you want to do?
Whatever is feasible to get it as far away as possible.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the only thing I could manage is to push
Okay.
it,
Um,
or if I'd actually be able to maintain
make
a throw.
a move check forcefully.
Okay.
I will allow resolve focus because the main thing here is overcoming pain.
1 success.
1. You manage to. You can't throw it, but you can
Roll it.
nudge it probably a foot or
Gotcha.
2. Well, probably like 2 feet away.
Listen,
I will say,
I'm
do
half
remember your
dead, whatever I
stretch
can
track.
do. So
What the heck? Okay. Give me a minute. Initiative. Okay.
I'm about to blow up.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. There'll be one more round of combat before that thing detonates. You still can't exactly see what's going on. But you see a figure appear to charge towards Sibel and attempt to kick her in the face.
Some audacity right there.
At least you're in a makeshift foxhole.
I guess that's true. There are no atheists in a foxhole. Raining to Leo right now.
Kick connects, and you swear you see a tooth knocked loose. And in that same motion, wow, very well. You see that figure kick something in the dirt. It's really hard to see because you have dirt walls above you. Next thing you see would be make a quick study check.
Perception?
What's that?
Perception?
Yeah.
1 success. Oh wait, 1 success.
You see pics. That is it. Man, I hate contests. Okay. You hear the sounds of it's probably melee combat. above. It's hard to hear, but you hear a couple of grunts. One from some from Pix, others from sounds like definitely a woman.
Oh no, it better not be right.
Remember saying, "Oh no" about that?
You see, I'm sorry, I don't like to run combat encounters without anybody actually acting in it.
Okay.
You will get a turn after one quick thing. You hear as you recognize this noise actually as a bullet ricocheting off of Pix's armor.
I know that noise too well.
Yep.
You caused it.
You hear another that has a little bit of that sound of it hitting armor, but more of what sounds like bullet hitting flesh.
Good.
Breaking through armor, I guess.
Be nice.
This is good. This is great.
It's your turn.
You're doing good. You're doing great.
Oh, wait. First off, I did say one more round.
Yes.
You hear a piercing shockwave, and as if your senses could handle another hit, you barely see. You're literally hit on the head. Everything's kind of just out of focus with your sight, just because of probably got a concussion as well with that hit on the head. Maybe mild. Now you just can't hear a thing as your ears are just filled with high-pitched ringing as you see chunks of dirt fly above you. It was a small amount of a skin tight, and you take no damage. It's also fairly far away.
Thank goodness.
Okay, what do you want to do?
What am I even able to do? Is anyone? Can I see Sabelle at all?
Make a quick study check. This one's going to be a little hard, probably a 3.
If it was a different skill, maybe. Only a 2.
Perception.
Do you make one a critical success? Or?
I could. I just don't think it's that important.
Okay.
If I can't see anyone use my bone charm, I guess the next thing I'm gonna think of is the presage still anywhere to be found?
Still on your wrist, actually, but it is out of bullets. So you would need to spend a turn to reload it.
I will spend my turn to reload it.
Okay, this is going to be a survive check to pull this off.
Yep, fair enough.
Difficulty of, I'll say 2. It's, no, this is going to have to be a 3. It's hard.
If I had one more
Nope.
point in resolve, it'd be 4 successes. But now it's only 2. This. You know what? How do I know these people are gonna win? I will make one of those a critical success. And use my only avoid point.
All right. You fumble around in your pocket or wherever you hold your bullets. You probably drop 1 or 2 as you click open the Derringer and put each bullet in one by one carefully. And then you snap the gun shut. It's loaded.
And I want to kind of like hold it out so I can more easily shoot anyone that comes.
Not this turn.
Okay.
That being said, you can probably just shoot someone on.
Fair enough, fair enough.
After that. You hear continued sounds of combat. And you hear it's like a sound of almost hitting a tin can. You hear a crunch of metal. And then silence. You see someone put their head over your grave. Ooh. Whoa. Easy there. It's Jennifer Casey.
Oh, phew.
Well, now.
Harry, what?
Hey, Wilkes,
Harry.
come over here. We gotta dig this lady out.
Lower the gun.
All right. So, why exactly did Sabella Sconti want to put... Maybe I should wait for the story.
Could you get me some help?
Yeah. Of course. By this time, Wilkes is here and starts to...
So, what do you do to her to make her hate you so bad? I'm in a grave.
I'm in a grave and everything's broken.
I think this is the lowest title's ever been.
Yeah,
But
all
like,
by
what's
literally,
myself.
happened? She's
yeah.
like, physically, no. My muscles try to pull against
Wilkes
my
starts
surface, and they just rip it.
digging
apart.
you out, digging any... There's a shovel right there, right next to Pix. And starts taking the dirt off of your legs. And eventually, the both of them reach in and start to pull you out, one by your legs and one by your back. It's... They treat you delicately. They yeah. Seems like they know something's broken.
Why are you here?
Oh, just a little bit of investigative journalism. Just doing a little bit of a just a photo operative. We were staking out. Says Wilk.
And Sabelle and Pix.
Oh yeah, they're just on the ground here.
How did you?
How did I? What?
How did you kill? What happened?
Oh, they're just a bit roughed up. I can't exactly kill a business magnate. Even if she was trying to kill you. What do you do again?
That's a conversation for later.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, don't worry, they're taken care of. That armor, though, wow, that's annoying. Well, 'cause that would have been great the first time around. Sorry, I missed. Well, don't do that next time. Okay, where are you staying, Miss Lady Augur?
Ship in the harbor. The airport harbor. What is it called? The airship dock? The airship dock? Is that what we end up?
Yeah.
Yeah. The airship dock. What's the name painted on the side? Did we change it to the elixir? Or no?
Still Maeve's show.
Maeve's shoe.
What the void name is that?
Changed it yet?
Ah, okay. All right. And you would feel yourself hoisted up by them as they start to walk you. It's a bit cumbersome, and eventually Casey just asks, "Wilkes, can you just carry her the fireman style? This is not working. Feet and arms. That's bad. Sure thing, boss." And you would feel yourself slumped over his shoulder and walked back. You would see on your walk back, you would actually see a carriage coming in the distance. And you all would see this ghoulish looking man with like really deep cheeks, very defined cheekbones, carrying Heisel, as well as a woman who is not Sabella Sconti. I will grant that, but not all of you know who Sabella Sconti is.
There they are! Sam steps up, pulls out his sword, and just kind of points it at them.
I'm gonna fire my crossbow with sleep darts at the big guy as soon as we're in range.
Okay, make a ranged attack, difficulty of 2.
All right.
I can't see them. I'm over someone's shoulder.
Really?
I can't help with this.
Can I use my acrobatics since we're on a moving?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of acrobatics involves crossbows, but I'd like to see it.
That would be 2 successes.
Okay, that is the base difficulty for a ranged attack. So,
Oh, buddy, no.
you hit this guy with Heisel on his shoulder. Survive check. He immediately slumps over and falls on top of you, Heisel, and it hurts.
So just, okay, pull the cart over, and so like
The Raven's gonna jump off and try to do like a cool somersault onto the ground and onto a superhero pose.
Oh,
Acrobatics
please fail.
check.
Sav
Yes.
also
Please
will do
fail.
the same. Move
about you,
swiftly.
Anton?
Boldly.
I'm just staring in
One
horror
success.
at everything
One?
going on.
One.
You somersault, but you wobble a little bit on the rope
He's like
pose. and it
watching
doesn't
them
look
do
very
superhero
heroic.
poses,
Okay.
and he's
But
like,
you stick it at the end.
Yeah.
Good job.
I guess Sab will do it, but quickly, I guess? Swiftly? He can do it boldly. He has a charm for that.
Yeah, swiftly works.
Okay.
Let's do swiftly.
ooh, nice catch.
He gets, okay, he gets a critical success.
Okay. You do stick it. Are you trying to heroically pose?
Not heroically, but like he does
No.
like almost like kind of, because he jumps off, does the roll, and then lands with like one hand on the ground.
Oh, you're
and,
doing
like,
the Black
other
Widow
hand.
thing.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing. Except he also has his sword because he
pushing
drew
your
that.
chest
So he also has
And-
his sword with him.
Are you
Like
making
his sword
sure
out.
you push
And he
your
just
chest
kind of looks over at like Jacob. Like not a whole up, but he's just like, what happened here? And he looks at it and just gets up and like points his sword at the
Casey?
Casey.
Jacob's
He's
gonna
like,
toss.
don't even think about moving.
Ja-
Where's Sibel?
Jacob's just gonna toss some of his smoke things at them right off the bat.
Sebastian.
Roll initiative at this point.
Okay. What do we roll for initiative?
Does
roll
Sab hear the
initiative?
Heisel say
Yep.
Sebastian?
Hazel would very strangledly say,
What skill?
Is that a move swiftly?
After
What's
she
that?
hears
What
his
skill
voice.
style is this?
This is move quickly.
Move.
Yeah,
No
2
skill.
successes.
All right. One success.
Is this
2 successes.
with one?
Okay.
Are we doing? With one dice? Or?
What?
It's like a normal
Oh,
check,
2.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a normal 2d20 check.
okay. Move quickly? Or
Yeah,
swiftly? Okay.
move quickly.
Okay. Nothing.
I've just never gotten around to saying swiftly.
Nothing. Yeah.
I just quickly.
That's fine, I
Nothing?
know what you mean.
No successes.
I'm not gonna have you win this.
No.
It's you can barely move.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't make much sense.
Yep. You would see Casey.
Free speech, free speech,
What's that?
free speech. Go ahead. Even if she didn't get first, you gotta like intervene here.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you might not like it, Levi, and I don't plan on abusing it, but I am okay with free speech. So talking out of turn is possible.
No,
That's-
I'm fine
that's
with
my
talking
style.
out
Oh,
of
okay,
turn.
all right, awesome.
I just don't like when people go on monologues and it's
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
It's
Unless
like-
they got a cape of monologue.
Because if it were like a video game, it would be like, and it erects
cutscene.
an invisible wall around this one person for like 10 minutes because they want a monologue, and I'm like stabbing, and I'm like, hello.
Yeah, I like it when games bypass that. And
Yeah.
like someone starts monologuing,
Just
you can just
stab
punch
anyone.
them. It's
Yeah.
great. Love it.
Alright.
All right.
So Heisel says,
Well, first off, Sabella's going to say,
Casey.
I took on,
Casey.
oh, excuse me, yeah, Casey. Casey's just going to say, I took on Sabella and I could take you. Come on at me.
"Oh,
Hold
then
on.
I think that's fine. Why do you have
Come on.
Heisel? Why do you have Heisel?
Wait, at
Is
this
she
point,
okay?
I'm just
Is
attacking.
Heisel okay?
You just
Not
are?
really.
I'm just attacking.
We're here
Oh,
for
how many-
Heisel.
What would you roll?
I rolled one success.
Just-
Anton, you get to act first.
Okay.
You did hear all that.
How far are we still?
She's like 15 feet away. You're still in the carriage. Along with Gray.
So, okay, so to clarify, we all knew that, like, Sibel was the problem. Right? Like, we knew enough to know that she was a problematic person.
Mhm.
And she said, I took on Sibel.
I'll take you on.
Okay. I'm gonna use Bolt to get in front of her.
Okay.
She's near Heisel, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna get in between them using bolt, and then ask Heisel, "What's going on?"
She's fine. Wilkes saved me.
Stop! Don't.
At this point,
don't.
I'm already attacking. At
Nope.
this point, I don't hear that.
With what?
I'm chucking smoke bombs at her.
Okay. All right. Make a ranged attack. She will be able to dodge it because it's not as fast as a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
All right. 2 successes.
okay.
Anton is
what are the
right
numbers?
next to her now. By the
Critical
way,
success.
so using
Oh, okay.
bombs
One.
is like,
Yeah.
Smoke bomb. So
oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do throw it at her location, and she does start coughing.
All right. I'm gonna as she starts coughing, I'm gonna do a Naruto type run with my cape towards her.
So
I swear.
Anton
it's
is
weird.
screaming like, "Stop! Stop!" Just
Okay. All right.
Sab's turn now.
Yes.
I think. Okay.
That's correct.
So the mask does protect him from the smoke screen.
No.
Okay.
It's
so-
not a. He has
Okay.
a respiratory or a respirator
Okay.
mask. Yours is just.
Wow.
Ooh.
Those guys sucked. All right. Yeah. He just
Yeah, you can still choke dust. I would say.
he just sees what's going on, sprints towards John Reed, and just says,
Jacob.
"John Reed,
Jacob
stop!"
Reed.
Jacob Reed and
Jacob.
Jacob Reed, stop! And does like a
Thank
slide
goodness.
to just like trip him, basically.
Melee attack. Contest it
Okay.
Yep.
if you want to.
Brawling?
Brawl.
What's that? Brawl. Yep.
Okay.
Fight,
Fight
fight,
Boldly
fight.
brawl.
swiftly, or what do I want to do? I guess I just want to trip him. So swiftly.
Three successes.
4 successes.
All right. Yeah, you do trip him, so you do stop him.
I guess as we're running, he does his flying. He just comes slides in.
Yeah.
I try to jump over it.
He
And I
just
almost
lifts
do,
his
but his
leg.
hand reaches over and catches my foot right
Yeah.
before it lands.
Yeah, trips.
The ground.
Face
Yeah.
plant.
Face
Yep.
plants.
Gray for his turn is just going to aim his shotgun and just generally at the smoke. Can't shoot anything right now. That's a bad idea. So you are a little close to the smoke. Make a perception check right now.
Is Anton also close enough that he'd be like coughing and incapacitated?
Roll a survive check. And I know you can hold your breath, but
I wasn't thinking of it at
okay.
the time.
Yeah.
Like, I've said that before I saw the effects of a couple things, but I
Also-
didn't really know what this bomb was.
Josh, I will say you need to keep track of how much choke dust you
Shoot.
have. That's I won't count ammo for things like guns and stuff, but like
Yeah.
that's pretty powerful. So
Yeah. I said
I-
he's probably. I say he's probably carries about 6 on him at any given time.
Okay.
And that back he's got a stash. I figure he's probably got a dozen or so that
Okay.
he's made,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he can
And you can keep
manufacture
making.
more.
yeah.
So you got 2 successes.
I will probably limit the amount. They're really big. They're like probably the size of this can right here.
It's like
Okay.
And so
very
having
tall
6
can.
is like that's kind of a lot. So I'm gonna limit it to 4 maximum on your
Okay.
person at all times.
Okay.
Monster can.
What if I design my own that are smaller, that have a more limited yield,
Yeah.
but are more compact?
Yeah,
Like,
that's possible. We'll just have a smaller radius. Bit easier to dodge probably.
What is the radius of what I've got now?
Radius of a standard choke dust grenade is like, you're not gonna like this. It's probably like 5 feet from the target.
Okay, that's pretty good. Better than I thought.
Yeah.
So I rolled.
Maybe 3. Yeah, because it's the radius. Yeah, 3 feet, 3 foot
Okay.
radius from the target.
I rolled 2 successes.
Okay. With choke dust, that doesn't mean you're blinded. Or is it the other way around? Blinded or not stunned? Okay. You are blinded but not stunned. So you can't act on your next turn, but there is a bit
Okay.
of there's like actually like it's like a flashbang grenade
Oh,
as
yeah.
well as smoke, so you are a little bit blinded, dazed. from that. All of you make a perception check.
Did
Would I
that
still make a
one
perception
success.
check?
Difficulty of. Oh no, you failed. Sorry.
Okay.
Difficulty of hidden.
Ooh. Well, you know a 0 fails, so roll above a 0.
One success.
What's the
3 successes.
Okay.
What's the difficulty of falling? Survive. It's immediately dead. And on especially.
Rachel, it is really hard to see. Or Heisel is. It's dark out. There's smoke. It's a lot.
I've already had a
And
good sensory
you can
day.
just see. You're not blinded because the smoke is a little far away, but it's just a lot of movement, shimmering. Some of the silhouettes that are above you are just. It's just a whole lot of movement, man.
Wait, don't. She's a friend.
Whose turn is
I've
it?
also been
Right
trying
now.
to scream out, please stop.
Yeah.
It is Casey,
People have decided not to do the thing.
and she is going to hit you, and you cannot contest this.
She's shooting at me?
No. So you tripped on the ground,
Mhm.
and you just feel a boot just pummel right on top of your head.
Ooh.
Wait. How close was I when I tripped?
You
I thought
were
we were
like
50. I thought we were 50 feet away when I started
15.
running.
15.
15? Oh, I thought we were
15.
50 feet.
We were pretty close.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't
Big
even. I
difference.
can't bolt
You
50
moved
feet.
Ow.
fast.
How much damage is that?
That's gonna be 2 points of blunt. Technically, 2 subdue. So don't worry that if that wouldn't have killed you. Oh wait, she has more than one attack.
No.
I'm forgetting. This one you can't contest.
Just squashing him like a spider.
3 successes.
Some
Brawling?
folks have different ideas
All right.
of what happens to peacemakers.
She tries to, instead of stomp, just kick you in the head, but this time you see it coming and you dodge out of the way.
I want to catch the foot if I can. Can I use that
Not with what she rolled.
Okay.
So I might allow that. She
Okay.
rolled a bit more. And her third attack.
No wonder she beat up Sibel. 3 attacks.
3 successes.
Okay. What numbers did you roll?
8 and 2.
Man, nice. Yeah. She misses again. All right. Next would be you, I think.
Doesn't he
Oh no,
next?
Anton. Yes.
Okay, am I still blind?
Yeah, but you can generally remember where people were.
I'm gonna try to get in between the people doing the things, or like.
Just gonna run into the fray.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be up in the middle of things, yelling like, "Stop! Stop!"
You gotta bring a sandwich, you just gotta walk between them, you gotta casually eat your sandwich, like
Like-
the snackman effect. You know?
Did I? Oh,
No, have you ever heard
I'm
of
just,
the-
I'm
So
so,
just where everyone
I'm-
like
I'll
stops
just-
because
I'll
like, oh,
just
he has a
go.
The
delicious
one time
snack
in the subway
though.
where the guy like walked between the 2 people fighting with a sandwich and just broke the fight.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? Yeah.
I was thinking you
Snackman
meant like
effect.
it's just he's awkwardly walking through.
No, I mean I
Right,
love that too.
we were having a moment.
All right. Make a move. You can do swiftly too. Move swiftly check.
Oh no, that's not a 6. 1 success.
Okay. You do run into the general area of
General area.
yeah, of where everyone you think is. It's hard to see, and so you do fall on top of somebody. The rest of you would see he did trip over Jacob Reed, who was still technically on the ground.
Wait, I'm on top of him?
Not completely.
Aw.
Your legs are on his torso.
Nice.
That's it. Again, hard to tell who is who.
I'd like to actively hinder whoever it is from getting up, if I can.
That moving there was probably your action and like running into. If you had rolled higher, I would have allowed that as a sort of, something that could have already happened.
Fair enough.
Okay. What are you doing?
All right.
I'm still trying to yell for people to stop fighting, but
Right. Can I like throw myself up and try to like tackle whoever her, or does that count as 2 moves?
Because she's right there.
It's like like my idea is like throw myself up, kind of like grab around the knees.
I'll
and, like,
allow it. You're not blinded like Anton was. So yeah.
is she also blinded?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna
You're
do
fighting.
that.
I
I'm
can't
gonna
tell
do
you
that.
the HP of the.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. All right. Make an attack roll.
That's 2 successes.
Where's my metal dice?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
No. That's 1 success.
1 success. All right. She rolled critical and a complication. So, it's hard to say that for a dodge attack. She's not going to take damage. You manage to pull her down a little bit, but all your blows that you tend to land on her miss.
Okay.
You have a high brawling. What's your brawling focus score?
4.
4? Okay. You get a second attack
Okay. And so
if you want to use it.
Yeah.
You are
Could also
you are
be-
up.
Even the guy who's
She's
right
not
over you yelling,
prone,
"Please
but
stop
she
fighting."
definitely stumbled a little bit.
all right, I'm gonna swing a hook and try to hit her right in the spleen
Okay. Spleen specific.
or the
All right.
kidney, whatever
Uh,
I can get back there.
Yeah. Roll a fight check. Brawling.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, that lands. You know what the damage of the brass knuckles are?
2.
Okay. 2. Okay. Okay.
I'm fighting all 3 of you guys at the same time.
I mean, yes.
Yep. What's
Um,
happening?
Sab?
So, he just is like, okay, so he gets up probably from being on the ground, just sees, he just kind of, is just Josh or Jacob just kind of on the ground trying to punch this one lady?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so Sab just kind of, ooh,
I swear, if you guys have brought Mikhail with you.
ooh, okay.
I know those people.
So Sab kind of looks at this and he kind of rolls his shoulders and says, "Duck!" And he starts running towards where they're at. And he does this flip where, you know, when like in gymnastics when they do this
Oh,
like
oh,
off,
yeah, yeah,
they go and they jump and they put their hands on like some sort of like
the vault.
vault.
Yeah.
He's basically gonna do that on the shoulders of Jacob Reed,
Yeah.
which is to force him down while also leaping over
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
every
Make a move. Cleverly acrobatics check.
Okay.
Do I have to do anything for this? To like keep from collapsing
Contest?
once suddenly get a sudden weight on my back?
Yeah. Go ahead and contest this. This is a weird melee attack, even though it's not a fight check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll no success.
What'd you roll?
10.
Critical success and a success.
Okay.
Just 2 normal successes.
Okay. Yeah. You stick the landing perfectly, and you stick the reed to the ground.
So he just lands, and Reed just
Yep.
You missed!
stop it. We're good. Are you good? Points at
Casey.
Casey. Are you good? Like, we all chill? Is Heisel okay? Where's Heisel?
Heisel's right there with my cameraman.
Steph looks over.
Try to raise
Oh.
a hand.
Hi, Heisel. He runs over to where she's at.
My head!
Yeah. What is going on with that? And she's gonna try to kick it again.
No, stop it!
Stop. Contest.
One success.
4 successes, 2 critical successes.
My.
That's 2 stress points. Then she's done.
And with that, he's going to swing a punch at her nose
Oh
as soon as he gets up.
Guys.
Am I-
Children.
You're
I
on the
able-
ground right now. Best you can do is a spleen thing again.
Am I able
Alright,
to
well-
try to hold him back?
Oh, I will actually say after she lands that attack, she's just like, she's just going to say, that one crazy driver.
Well, I'm going to punch her in the stomach then.
Okay, all right, make an attack roll.
Can I try to hinder him?
Wait, is it? initiative order? I didn't really track it this time.
I'm going to
First-
roll that one.
I don't know.
Oh
about
yes, it
that.
is Anton's turn first. Yeah, Anton, then you.
Okay.
Casey, Anton. Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to put like 2 arms around his waist and like pull him back.
Can I contest that?
Yeah.
What even is
This is
this?
fight. This is grappling. So fight forcefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you wrench yourself free. Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to try to punch her in the gut. I'm going to spend a void point to make one of those a critical success.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
What you get?
3 successes.
What are the numbers?
5 and 10.
It's a tie. I roll in favor of the attacker. So 2 stress points, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh wait, that was a punch, right?
Yeah,
Brass
that was a
knuckles.
punch.
Okay. Yeah. She felt that one.
Don't kick my head again.
Don't hurt my photographer.
That's a big
Don't
photographer.
kidnap my
What's that?
friend.
Big guy.
I didn't. Yeah. What about him?
That fat ugly guy was your photographer? No.
Don't
what?
say.
The fat guy that you're gesturing to is like built like a rail. He's a beanpole.
But he's tall, right?
That's right. He is big.
You mean that fat tall guy is? Wait a minute. That upwards fat guy?
What even is this? When did I go to a masquerade? What's
Sad.
with the masks? Who are you people?
Seb,
Oh.
I am the Raven of Argonica.
Seb
Oh,
pulls-
really?
Anton's gonna
Yes.
take off his mask because he feels silly now.
You know I'm not like a criminal, right?
I thought you were. You were kidnapping that woman.
Okay.
No.
Seb
I'm
pulls the
not.
one
I just
guy off of
rescued Bill.
Heisel.
You know, there might have
You're
been
a
little
vigilante like myself?
I'm a reporter.
There might have been a little indication.
Raven,
that
I
she wasn't
swear
actually
I
a
will
problem.
drop
I
kick
went
you.
over, checked it out, and then said to stop fighting the entire time you were.
Well, I'm sorry. You haven't. Your judgment hasn't
Casey's
proved
gonna
most
move Will
trustworthy
off
so
from
far.
on top of you.
What have I done that's been
Appreciate it.
untrustworthy?
Thank you.
Just gonna take
You're
the
just-
dart and just put it in her
Your
chest.
just demeanor is just very mistrusting. Anyway, my
This is-
apologies for punching
This
you
is
twice.
the augur. Do you know these people?
There might.
She kind of knows some of them.
Yeah.
So Seb's pulled off the big guy off of Heisel. Probably just pushed him over and just pulled the. I don't know if the dart's still in, but he just like
Already got
pulls
it.
that
It's
out.
gone. It's gone.
Okay.
He took it.
Then he just picks that and then just looks at Heisel and just is checking her. Can I do a surgery check?
Well, your cameraman will be fine. He will wake up soon.
I hope so. She's actually gonna kneel down right next to him and start slapping him on both sides. Whoops! Whoops!
That's
Whoops!
no.
Whoops!
Just take him, put him in the cart. Just put him in the cart.
He's up. Welcome back.
I can't believe that worked.
I know me neither.
Excuse the enthusiasm of
That's
that
see, that's the thing that guards do is like whenever they see unconscious bodies, they just say like, "Rouse yourself, get up," and they don't bother to like touch them at all. That's it. So she's just like
Grab someone around the throat.
kinetic restart.
All right.
Yep. All right, we are going to take a little break right now. Now that
Okay.
encounter is finished. All right, we will see you all in a bit. And we're back. You're not dead.
Ish.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, Casey's gonna pull out something from her coat, and crouch down next to you. Drink this. It's good. Trust me.
Do I
I
recognize
feel like you
it
should know this.
as that thing?
It's red, and it's in a canister.
Oh yeah, I will take it and I will drink it.
Okay. It's weird. Kind of tastes like apricot. And, but like cough syrup flavored apricot.
It sounded so pleasant when you just said apricot.
Yeah, I know.
And then I imagine
You
Piero's-
recover all stress points.
Ooh.
You're
I
still
imagine it's the
injured,
Piero's
but
remedy that makes it the apricot.
Do you say apricot?
With that,
Yeah.
Jacob Reed's going to
I'm so
grapple onto a near. Is there any buildings nearby?
you are in the middle of
We're
nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere. Is there a tree nearby?
No.
No.
This is True Mile.
Is there a banana nut bumpin'?
There's nowhere to
Individual
pose.
What's that?
Banana
There's
nut
nowhere to
muffin.
pose.
Yeah, this is like the meme about like Spider-Man and Indiana. It's like the
You
worst
said
possible
banana butt
superhero.
Yeah.
You know.
Banana butt nothing.
Yeah. Never mind.
What?
What?
I tried to say
When you're-
banana nut muffin, and he said banana butt nothing.
When you're a
Banana.
child and you walk up to your parents and you say, banana, and they're like, but? Banana butt muffin.
It's like
you
the
said
chicken butt
nothing.
joke, but worse.
Nothing. Banana butt nothing. I can't say it now.
Banana butt
I
nothing.
can't speak, if anyone's noticed.
That's what we call the
Like
ship, the
Anton.
banana butt nothing.
Yes.
Ship name idea.
I took all my flaws and gave them to Anton and made him good at running because I wanted him to be better than me.
Okay.
Like I was like, our RPG characters, we often emphasize
You're
our own
around the
personal
track.
ideal. What's your ideal?
No.
Run fast.
You want to practice?
My lungs are trash.
All right.
It's okay, you can
Okay.
fill them up.
So
No,
I
there's
did
like
Frisbee
nothing in the
for,
vicinity.
Like 2 and a little bit years. It didn't.
Hey,
Stand
wait,
up.
wait.
It didn't.
Raven guy. This is Casey.
It literally doesn't.
What's your name?
The Raven of Argonica.
What's your name?
I can't tell you that. It's a
It's
secret.
Jacob Reed. Oh, sorry.
He's gonna punch Anton.
Samuel Tavin. You better just like fake names aren't gonna do any good.
Oh, good
What?
save.
Samuel's like it's Samuel Tavin. Fake names aren't gonna do us any good.
All
Right.
Talk
Once
check. Deception.
I'm swinging a punch at Anton while he says that.
Okay.
You're doing good at lying,
Boldly.
Sam.
He learns from the
Damn, that was
best.
quick too.
Aw.
He cannot roll though.
Wait, did you say Tevin?
But he had
Oh, that's cool.
Tavin. Sure, it's Tavin. I'm gonna use.
Did
a
you
voice
say it's Jacob Reed?
Yep.
Okay.
He did, and then he immedially said Samuel Tappan.
Or Tevin?
Sab
Without
Fake
cannot
names won't
roll.
do any good.
Sab gets no successes.
Oh,
Okay.
tragic.
Don't have the oomph behind the lies.
Uh-huh. And I'm Admiral Irving Holleran. No.
Irving, where is Sibel?
I'm not.
Do I take
Where is Sibel?
You really
Points
need
at
to read the
something.
paper more. Oh,
Where?
she's just knocked out like, just 60 feet that way.
Okay, Sab pulls something out of his journal. Hazel, take this. If I die, read it. Don't read it till I get back.
Do I like?
He takes off
That's
towards
the
where
punch.
Sibel was, basically.
What's up?
Do I
We need to
contest
address
the
the punch.
Attack roll. Defense roll. Fight. Win.
One success.
One success.
Numbers.
I've got
14,
temptation,
8.
Like no one's
14.
I mean,
You dodge.
you can do whatever.
I need to figure out if what I'm gonna do equates to
Sorry,
the concept.
bad joke.
I'll deal with you later, and he's gonna run after Sab.
Make a perception check. You two, since you're running away.
Jacob, take them in. Casey, you should know this sort of thing. Are we gonna be able to get them for this? And is law enforcement gonna be able to? Wait, a minute, is Gray here? Is Grace here?
Yeah, he's just sitting on the carriage, relaxing.
Richmond Kendler? Can you?
Oh yes.
Can you imprison the people that tried to bury me alive?
Absolutely.
They're over there.
Yeah. And he just takes the carriage over there. Study check, both of you.
I got one.
Okay,
A complication. One complication.
No
Nothing
complications
else.
for perception checks.
No successes. Just
Oh,
complications.
okay.
Me?
No, you're running away.
Oh, I'm following him.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, then I guess you can't do it either. Okay.
Study
Great.
carefully.
No one saw. You're...
Nobody. I saw nothing.
No,
You're
you're...
facing the wrong way.
You can make one. Study check.
Okay, cool. Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Wow.
Oh, good.
We're just like oblivious
Yep.
as a group.
All right.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Anton's-
She was telling the truth that it was literally 50 feet over that way.
50 feet.
Make a study check.
Got a complication.
2 successes.
They're not here. And in fact, no carriage. No, nothing. Just a hole and a shovel.
By the outsider, they're gone!
Sad.
Just to let you know, normally when enemies are subdued, I just want you guys to know the rules. When an enemy is subdued in combat and unconscious, they are in that state for 1 hour.
And these were not.
No.
Okay.
Interesting.
Bring the dog over here, we need to track them.
I don't know if I can do a whistle.
That works.
Bill is,
Better whistle.
as soon as you look down from the whistle, Bill is just at your side.
Just go. And I walk with Bill over.
Sad's
Okay.
running back towards their carriage that they have.
There is no carriage. Oh, yeah,
Our
your guys.
carriage.
Yeah.
After he
Right
goes
there.
towards Heisel and he just tries to pick her up and take her to the carriage, basically.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks.
Everyone in the carriage, now, 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 now.
Don't worry, I got pretty irrefutable proof. I got pictures of her assaulting you, but
You
I'm gonna
just
need
stood by and took pictures.
Oh, no. Wilkes was doing that. I was just standing by. Listen, you wanted to bust this person, right? Again, I can't just go in guns blazing. Listen, I did that once. Now I'm here, this part of the world. But listen, trying to do things a little bit more delicately. Kind of thought that they were just trying to do like a rough up, racketeering kind of thing on you. Just
Yeah,
like,
I wish
pay
I
up.
could deal with that.
Oh, hey, when they were about to kill you, we acted.
And I owe you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I understand it might take a little while for you to recover, but do you mind telling me a little bit about why she tried to kill you?
We gotta go!
Yeah. so Sav's, everyone's in their cart carriage now.
Yep.
Okay, Sav's just like, we go now. Go. We're going back to the mansion.
Fair enough.
Did you mention?
Back to the mansion.
Casey and Wilkes
Yeah.
get back onto the carriage.
And he's not waiting for them to.
What's that?
I mean, if they're close, sure, he'll wait. But if they're far, yeah, he's
Alright.
going.
I mean, I was heading over towards the tracks of the, to find the trail. So I might just be going with Bill to try to see if she can track them
I'm reloading my crossbow.
with carriage.
Yeah, because they're still scents. So make a. No, this is Bill.
Bill's going to make a check, and then you're going to make a check.
Awesome.
One success from Bill. Man, I am rolling poorly tonight.
We all are.
No.
Same.
No. So Bill does follow the tracks and eventually goes to the end and just stops. Make a study check.
I'm using a void point because it was 2 19s, and I just don't want to deal with that right now. Ooh,
Is it better?
yeah.
Good.
Can I add anything to this? Like, is there a focus that would apply here? I don't think I'll have it.
Perception, survival. Hmm.
Boy, lord.
No.
Concentrate.
I'll allow it.
Oh,
Critical success.
Okay. Tracks just stop. Drew Mile is a very, very flat place.
You can see for miles and miles and miles. It's called True Mile for that very reason, that you can just see miles. There's no one around. Tracks just stop. Do you have any theory, personally, about what might have happened?
How long was it
Hmm?
between when they were noticed to be gone?
You don't exactly know that. But you know that there was the big scuffle that you guys had.
Wait, who's where? Is he with
I
us
do
in the
have a
wagon?
theory.
He is technically. I was kind of gonna wait for the wagon to leave until he was done, but if you guys are really hurrying, then that probably might not be the case.
It's also fine if I get left behind. So if you are really hurrying, that's fine.
I'll say he's left behind then.
Because like that might be like one of the things about like concentrating. He's thinking so hard about this that he wouldn't like
Right, yeah.
be
So I'm like,
noticing
"Come on,
and paying
Tom."
attention to
And
that.
Sam purposefully like looked at them both and was like, "Everyone, we're going now." It's like if
Yeah.
they can catch
I
up
can
or
get-
something like that,
I can
then
get
maybe
that.
he'd wait a little bit. But
Yeah, Jacob jumped
He's
in the
not-
wagon because he thought that we
Not
were
as
taking the
fast as
wagon to
carriage,
chase
but
the
still
people.
better than
The carriage.
yeah. I'm gonna get back. So my thought process is that there is reason to believe that someone might have just straight up disappeared with a very large object before. And since I'm assuming there wouldn't really have been enough time for an airship to fully disappear, because I figure it just would have taken longer than that, as like a, I don't know, guess.
Because you rolled a critical success, and you included the whole airship thing in your thought process. You do assume that that would take a little while for it to do that, but I'll say with your critical success, you don't exclude that. You guys rolled really crap on your perception checks for like the last 5 minutes.
Shoot.
Or, I mean, well, the entire session.
Yes.
Could be an airship. Ooh. You don't see one right now, though.
So potentially a fast airship, or it was longer than we thought. But there's nothing, so I wouldn't be able to see where they went.
No.
Hmm.
Not with just the two. But it's either some void dark magic or somehow they got into an airship. We'll note it is a very, very cloudy night.
Hmm.
Actually, we'll roll on the weather die today, and that's what it said.
Darn weather die.
In that case, when I stop and like decide that there's like those two options, and the more obvious one would be an airship. I'd like stop, look around, notice they've like left, and then I'm gonna make my way to the airship dock.
Okay. Are you running?
Bill can catch up, right? Or like keep up. Then yeah.
Okay.
they can also keep up by scent if you go really fast. Just,
Sure.
keep tracking me, Bill.
It'd be surprising if you could go faster than a dog.
Yeah.
Dogs are fast, man.
Dogs are pretty good.
All right, the rest of you.
Decently.
It's not a long drive until you
Good
get
with
back
Back
to
to
the
the
manor.
manor. Same lights that were on earlier are still on.
Sab just gets out of the wagon and does, like, everyone who wants to fight and raid this place, we're going in. Everyone else,
Jacob's already running past him at this point.
everyone
towards
else,
the front door.
take Heisel to the ship now. He's just going in the house.
Right. Jacob's gonna kick the door open as soon as he gets
The
there.
door that you entered in earlier, that you went, it was already unlocked, so.
Well, he's gonna kick it in anyway.
Okay, all right.
Wait, I want to see what's in there too.
It's open.
Will.
I mean, there's like, I'm not even making you just kick it open. There's a lot of noise.
It'll look good in there.
He's gonna like kind of dive in and do a somersault into the room.
This guy.
Sab walks in after him,
Oh.
just looks down at him, and just pushes his face, and then just takes off into the mansion and just starts to blend into the shadows and start to like go
Yeah,
around.
roll stealth check.
Am I able to move enough that I can very slowly come in after them to like take a look around?
Greatest minds of the Empire combined to make Sokolov and Joplin's elixir. Yeah, you can. It's painful, but you can probably walk.
That's fine. I need to see.
It's all, yeah, because not only does it boost your healing process, but it also is one heck of a painkiller. So, it has opium. Probably.
It takes some fortitude with that.
I love the
Sokolov was
elixir.
like, I've developed all new things. And Joplin's like, I had some opium in the back. Spiritual remedy.
Your spiritual remedy is just opioids. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me sell it if I called it opium. There's also a little bit of blue dye, so it's not just opium.
It's glowing. Replenish your
exciting.
mana.
When I get in there,
Nudge, nudge.
I'm gonna be behind them, I know, but when I get in there, I'd like to go up the stairs to where Sibel had come from when she said she was gonna go tell something to some people.
Yeah, okay.
Stairs were where Jacob, like unironically, I was planning on going up there just so I
yeah.
could use my grappling hook to get up the stairs without using the stairs. Just to flex on Sab.
Character.
That's
I do
really
everything
hard to
this
do
style.
because the angle of a grappling hook is not just like. It's more of like you need to be able to swing. You can't really swing upstairs. It would be more like you just be just being dragged.
Oh,
up the
please,
stairs.
please let him do it.
The idea is, I had it in mind was it's a retractable grappling hook.
Yeah.
So he can like shoot it up and slowly crank himself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Again, you're going to like literally
Well,
on the
he's
stairs.
shooting it into the ceiling instead of up
Into the
towards
ceiling?
this. I'm guessing the stairs go up,
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, there's a ceiling.
So he just goes to the bottom of the stairs, just shoots straight up, and then goes over and then just climbs over the railing over at the top.
that I will. Roll a fight check. It's technically a firearm, so.
I think we're trying to shoot it like through
Alright.
the wood or something, and I was like, oh, that's
Fight.
gonna bounce back at your face, man.
Oh, well, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, that's one success.
One success. You do it, but it takes comically long to reel yourself up. It's not as fast,
Heisel
I'm
walked
sorry.
past you with her pelvis broken.
Ooh.
Casey and Wilkes are also in the building.
Don't be too dangerous in there. I'll just keep watch out here. Says
Thank you.
Candler.
Watch him, Kendler.
Mm-hmm. That is the man that watches.
he watches. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Sab got critical success for sneaking
Where's
around. basically.
Mikhail and
Good question. You don't see him right now.
Miguel.
They better
Wait a
have
minute.
lifted him. No, he probably just left.
Sab.
where'd the other people go?
Oh, okay. Sab starts going through the
Where are
house
the
looking
people?
for Miguel.
We left a weird looking guy and this other guy. Wait, who do we leave here? Who do we leave here, actually?
Mikhail?
Mikhail,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the only one. Oh.
Yep.
We left this funny looking guy here. He spoke with a funny accent.
You're describing a lot of people.
I forget what Mikhail looks like, but he's going to describe him.
Tall, lots of black hair.
Tippy and
She would raise both eyebrows and a stab around.
He rolled a critical success on his sneaking, so I don't know if you would know if he was
Yeah.
around.
Probably not. You can make a perception check to see.
The absolute idiots, they did not bring
Who is he, by the way?
a friend of mine. Shouldn't be in this sort of situation.
Yeah, we didn't think we should bring him to the fight, but
Where is he now?
we left him here to look at the blood.
When you put it like that.
Find him. Alright? Go.
On it! He's gonna start Naruto running down the hall.
I love this decision that you made for your character. I really enjoy it. It brings me so much joy.
I want to see the training sequence of like Emily with Corvo and Dishonored 2 at the beginning, where she's like, "Okay, you need to stick to the shadows. Run swiftly and just no, don't do that. Please stop."
But Dad, I read all the manga. It totally helps.
It makes you more aerodynamic.
I swear, I traveled all around Dunwell to get this girl back. Was it worth it? No.
Turns out she's a moron.
Ugh. Manga reading Empress is not something I want.
It's what you've got.
Yeah, it's what you got now. It is canon now.
No.
This is canon. Canon alright.
It's not canon.
I don't know where
good-
she is,
it was
but
good
I know
anime.
She's
Let's do that.
reading.
It was good manga.
Let's see. What's a manga? The like
She's reading
next
like
season
One Piece.
of. Well, I was thinking the next season of
Well, there's so many
My
One
Hero
Piece stuff.
Academia.
Well, yeah, okay, also that.
Because it hasn't come out yet, and I know multiple people who have read the manga because the full thing isn't finished. So she's just somewhere.
Not
reading now.
Emily Caldwin. No.
Emily Caldwin.
You're in
There are a lot of
denial, I
books.
know, but you'll
I
come to
am in
accept it.
denial.
You'll
I am
come
the
to
GM
accept
and I
it.
declare this is non-canon.
Sure, a lot of books, I'm sure.
What's that?
Sure, a lot of books, I'm sure.
There are, but
If
most
some
of them are
those
about like
happen to have pictures in
murdering
them.
seamstresses and stuff. It's a weird world.
Okay, but a manga about a murdering seamstress could
Oh.
be a thing.
There is no Japan in the Dishonored world. There's Wagon,
It's
which
tibia.
is
It comes
kind of
from
tibia.
Wagon. It's okay. There
But-
you go.
What's that?
It comes from Wagon. There you
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Has
Emily
the
went there once, and
Sab...
she's like, "Oh,
Sab's
their
looking for
culture's
Miguel
so
in the
amazing."
house.
Oh, she is technically though. She probably takes opium. She and Wyman had like these hookah things from Wagon actually. They got hicked up.
She's like, "Huh, it tastes so much like pure spiritual remedy."
Oh man.
Anyway, back in game.
Ah, yes,
Any sign of
Dishonored.
Mikhail when he goes sprinting down the hall?
You actually would hear what sounds from the floor below you. Are you guys back? You probably come better see this.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go too.
I will say, just because I forgot to mention it, but going to what looked like the room Isabel came from upstairs, you would see a radio room.
What frequency is it tuned to?
All the dials are turned to 0.
Dang it.
She covered her tracks. Gosh darn it.
She's trained too well.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'd love to search that room later, but if Mikhail is saying something,
Yep. Are you all going down there?
Yep.
I certainly am.
Sab just kind of calls down, Watchmen, be very watchful. Just don't die. Just shoot your gun if you need anything.
Deal.
Goes down. Still sneaking, but probably he's with everyone, so they know he's
All right.
there.
Okay. You'll go to the basement, which there is one. And very quickly you can see that this is a sort of laboratory. And very quickly you can find Mikhail. And he's looking at a pile of the scantite.
It's not gonna blow, is it?
I don't think so.
Jacob Reed's gonna take a look at it really quick.
All right.
Is
Yeah.
an explosives engineer?
He does make all his
He's-
own
he's-
stuff. So.
He does mess with explosives a little bit.
Uh,
But is there a different focus for that?
I think there's an explosives focus.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense.
Well, I can at least look to see if there's any detonation device.
Yeah.
attached to it, which would be in engineering. Would
Because I want to make sure that all focuses are represented equally, a
Okay.
sort of delay or fuse system I would link under explosives.
Okay.
Sorry. But if there's like some complex like engineering thing going on here, then yeah, you could probably see it.
So I'm just looking to see if it looks like there's anything
Okay.
set up
What'd you roll?
to explode. 13 and 11. I can't use an engineering focus with this at all.
What would happen if you did?
Then I'd get 2 successes if I did. I'd only get 1 if I didn't.
I'm gonna stick to the one then.
Okay. 1 success.
It's hard to tell. It's very disorganized. You haven't really worked with a scan type before, mainly because it's deadly. You can't really see anything. Seems to be fine.
I think it's okay. But all the same, we should get out of here.
Sab starts looking through the room, checking it out, looking for anything useful.
Yeah, roll a study check.
Find the scan type useful.
I mean, it is, to be fair.
Could be.
Just take it all. Put it all
Study.
on your ship.
Carefully.
You're also closer to
2
your plan.
successes. Yeah.
Easier for the DM.
Eh. Well, there is as much scan tight as you might ever want here. Some of it for industrial use, some of it probably for like combat use. Yeah, like the thing that she was using. That's not going to be used by like a miner. That's going to be used by a soldier.
When I heard you say minor, I thought of a child.
A scan tight, excuse you.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
play with that stuff, you know. Don't!
What have you got there? A scan tight?
No!
Oh man.
Oh, I found him.
I found
He's
him
going to
too.
point at
I
Mikhail.
know.
Yes, I have been found. Yay.
Why are you here?
Hmm?
Why are you here still?
And what is your name?
I am Mikhail Civilian. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Mikhail, what?
A civilian with a Z.
Remember how I said I'd
Not the
introduce you
CZ.
to the author of Terrorist Consistency?
He's just going to take his mask off. I'm Jacob Reed. I'm your biggest fan.
Someone who does not care about alternate
Well, I'm
personalities.
glad you enjoyed the cereal.
Just be careful around him. He's a bit unstable.
Please tell me what's going to happen next.
If the Lady Augur couldn't get it out of me, then I'm afraid you can't either. You'll have to wait, but it will be worth it. It's all good.
Trying not to spit take.
I still in my teeth.
Sab
I
grabs
would never let him
2.
hurt you. It's alright.
Sab grabs 2 of the
Just come upstairs with me and help me search the radio room.
like engineering
Okay.
scan tight, 3 of the normal scan tight, and looks at and is like, if he troubles you, I'll just beat him up. And starts just going upstairs.
Oh no trouble. It's good to meet fans.
No, it's fine. I don't mind at all.
He couldn't beat me up if he wanted to.
I
But don't worry.
You go upstairs to the radio room, and you would hear going up. You'd see a flash from another room. Looks to be an office.
I want to go in there.
You would see Wilkes and Casey just totally tearing up a desk.
Anything
Who
useful?
needs warrants?
I mean, if the door's open.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Anything useful in there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wilkes, into the book. You into the book. Look at this. Look at this.
I'm gonna look at it.
Do you do finances ever?
No.
Okay. Numbers.
Load of numbers. I assume,
Well, it's what's in the numbers that
I
counts.
assume some of them are bad.
Yes, very bad numbers. Listen, okay,
Fascinating.
so she's here. She's making deals. And her little ledger here made a deal with Morlian military.
Is she screwing over the Marleyan military?
What's that?
Is she screwing over the Marleyan military?
Oh, no. All her books are fair there. Question is, why would you have a sale labeled just M? For 14,000 tons of Ascantite. M! Who's M? What is M? I don't know,
Are
but...
there any other details about M? in there?
What's that?
Are there any other details about M? Any other
Doesn't look like it.
transactions?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, looks like she did the same deal 2 years ago. And the 2 years before that. She just keeps going through. Wow, she's sold a lot of dynamite to M. Oh, Ascantite. Man, that's really seared in my memory.
Jacob Reed's gonna put his mask on and come into that room.
Yeah.
That's important. If you can find anything about who that is, let me know.
Oh, trust me, I specialize in that. You seem like you're in good condition for an interview. If you want me to deal with this person, I need the full story.
Sure. All right.
No, first off, where's your fast friend? Is he there? Oh,
He's running towards the airship.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's probably around here somewhere.
Okay. I need an interview with him.
He's not.
No. About what?
All right, state your name just for the record.
Lady over Heiselbaum.
Wilkes takes a picture of you. Sorry, I like to startle people when I start interviews. I think it starts things off on the wrong foot.
Well, if it makes you think you've got me giving you more information because of it, sure.
Oh no, not necessarily. I just like to leave an impression.
Not difficult considering you just saved me from being buried alive.
Excellent.
So, you're a cult leader from Morley. What on earth were you doing at Sabella Sconti's house?
I've heard some things from the Void about her that I'm interested in. I wanted to ask her about.
Oh, okay. So you... Do you actually believe that you hear things from the void? You can tell me if you're not. I can keep secrets if you make it worth my while. I've spoken to a lot of charlatans in the past.
Could I have gone 2 years fooling literally everyone in the Isles and out here if I didn't?
Make a deception check.
I like the way you phrase that.
I think that's, let me see. Persuade?
This is how I
Yeah.
decide if something's lying and I shouldn't do it or not. If
2
Spencer
successes.
would make me
Okay.
roll a deception check.
Yep.
2 years. So 2 years you were lying about being spoken to from the void. Is that what you said? No.
I said, how would I even be able to carry something like that off?
Oh, well, you're a very experienced individual, are you not? You're great at talking. Like, that was a very good lie right there.
It wasn't a lie.
Don't worry. You can be honest with me. It's all
I am
good.
being honest with you.
You don't hear things from the void.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Listen, you can believe whatever you want. That's not going to change the fact of the matter.
Good point. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Now that we're in agreement.
So, okay. So you were trying to, like, con her maybe then? Tell her some lie about the void? Is that right?
I was trying to talk to her about some things I'd heard about her.
Oh, what'd you hear?
Some things about past occupation she'd had.
What past occupation?
I don't particularly want to go into it.
Okay, all right. Let's just protect the woman that tried to murder me.
Not protecting her.
Has Sav,
Oh,
does Sav
interesting
come
third
upstairs
party.
at this point?
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
you could hear this conversation.
Sav comes upstairs, opens the door, and just looks at them.
Hey there, Wilkes. He grabs the picture.
He grabs the camera and slams it against the wall.
Whoa!
Like-
Fight check.
Or he goes to try and do that.
Sab.
Whoa.
Fight swiftly, brawling, and he's avoiding pointing this.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll this one again, and that is 2 successes.
Hey. That's 4 from Wilkes.
Ah,
Ooh.
okay.
You reach out for the camera, and you feel something on your leg as
He sweeps it out from under you. You fall onto the ground on your back, and he stands over you, looking at your shocked face.
Sab,
Well, the Raven's
That's
gonna
a
jump
keeper.
on top of him
Sab reaches in and
afterwards.
pulls out his stun rod and hits him
Sebastian.
on his leg.
I'm jumping on him. Can I do that before he does that? Because I was gonna react right
He did
after.
say
he
it
did.
first.
what's that?
He did
did-
say it first.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Raven goes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump on top of him and try to pin his arms to the ground. That's a crime! Can't steal.
That's a crime.
1 success.
All right.
gonna
Contest
contest that?
it.
Huh?
Contest it. He's trying to pin
Oh.
you.
Yeah, Sab's gonna contest it. Fight swiftly, brawling. He gets a critical success and a complication.
Okay. Complication in this sort of thing. You're prone. He's got the picture. I'm just gonna say that Wilkes steps out of reach for the complication.
Okay.
He backs up towards Casey, who raises her fists again.
Wait, what are you doing?
Sab pushes himself.
Sebastian, please.
No one takes my picture. And he pulls out his sword. So I advise you to smash that frame. All right.
Well, maybe it would be better for you to leave.
I'm gonna put a
Pardon me,
smoke
ma'am.
grenade in front of
I
his
forgot to
face
do.
and get ready to pull.
Sab pulls out something and he says, "Do you really want me to cut everyone up in this room?"
Sebastian.
Do you really want to breathe this in?
Let me guess. That's the party you're trying to protect right there?
This is not the time for questions.
Oh no, this is the perfect time for questions,
Fine.
I
And
think.
he tosses something. His hand goes up in the air. And he's actually there's nothing in his hand. And he's going to punch. All
right,
Or he's going to try and knock the
Fight
thing out of his hand.
cleverly. Defend.
Fight
Okay.
cleverly.
Can I-
Brawling?
What's that?
Brawling?
Yeah. You're punching him.
Critical success.
2 successes.
Critical trumps 2.
Okay, so he knocks the thing out of his hand and basically just.
Can I get up and stand in front of Sebastian and look him in the eyes and say, Sab,
Just hold on.
and use my bone charm on him?
Okay.
Just take
Survive
it.
check.
Okay. Survive.
Forcefully. Yeah.
Okay. 1 success.
Okay.
It is
Become
insufficient.
disoriented. Any combat check within the next minute is going to be increased by a difficulty of 1.
Don't you
as well
feel
as
a
any
little poorly?
perception.
Just
You're
He just
moving
kind of starts
towards-
backing into the corner
hey,
and has his hands over
just
his ears.
take a seat, all right? Just sit down until you feel better.
Hey, don't worry. If you have a reason to keep your image out of the paper, we won't publish it. Don't worry.
See, he'll be fine. You're not going to do anything you won't let him do.
He's just in the corner
There's-
right now.
Man, I was with you guys. First Jacob Reed attacks me, and then
Shh. The Raven of Argonica.
you know what? You've had some good stories. It would not yield anything for me to publish your name. Don't worry, I'll keep it secret.
Thanks.
Yeah.
With that, he's gonna pull his hood over and hold his cape over, and he's gonna back into
You have it. Oh my word.
He has a cape.
You know, you may not exactly be what the world deserves, but you might be what it needs. We need a little bit more lightheartedness in the paper. That's good.
So, care to tell me the whole story?
I mean, aside from what I already told you and what you saw,
You told me that
I met
she
her
tried to.
at the races. I told her some of the things that I'd seen, and it piqued her interest.
What'd you
she
see?
Things about her past, things I don't really want to talk about.
Okay, all right. Did you see any tie to the Crimson Pennant? I don't want to lead with questions, but
No, actually.
no.
Do you
That ends.
suspect her?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there was this. There's a guy that I, like, 40% sure was a Crimson Pennant pirate in that press booth.
Who?
Didn't catch his name. He's just a creepy-looking guy in the corner.
And the Crimson Pennant, they're working for, what is it, Snatch Ogden, right?
Who's Snatch Ogden? I haven't heard
Crimson
that name.
Pennant Captain, I think.
Okay, he probably captains a single ship. But the Crimson Pennant is a organized system of different pirate crews, all serving one Commodore, they call him. You not heard this?
I don't know.
You
much
guys
about
need to
them.
read the paper more. Ugh, come on. Listen, Pandician Courier, take a look at it. Technically, I used to be working with,
You have it written down.
I do have it written down. Used to work for New Lampro, but now I'm not. 'Cause I made some people angry, which seems to be a running pattern.
Yeah, that's what landed me in all of this, too.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best approach.
Oh, I think it works.
Almost got me buried alive. Came down
That's
with-
why you always bring back up. She says that she, clenches her fists.
But once I got invited, I came back here tonight and I tried. I guess I came on a bit too strong with some of the things I'd heard. She thought I was a threat, so you saw pics come out and then
Oh
I
no, I
remember
thought
bits and pieces.
no, that's all fine. I have the power to strip this woman of her entire career and of all her power that she has. And right now you're kind of keeping me from that.
Keeping you how?
There's more information about crimes she has committed in the past. Anything about
You
who
can't
she
get
was.
her on burying me alive.
What's up?
That's not enough to put someone away for her.
Afraid not.
I think you're just trying to get more information out of me.
Uh,
I think you already have plenty.
no, I don't think I do.
Insight.
All right.
Sab also rolls for insight into that.
Yeah.
Study cleverly or talk? Let's talk.
I'm rolling insight on whether I think he can actually talk to Hootie. No successes.
One success.
Two?
Two.
One? Both get nothing. It's hard to put a read on her. Well, you know what? Why don't I ask a different question? So, had a little bit of a side project. Everyone's going crazy about who's the outsider, and I'm sure you've got an answer. Who's the outsider?
There's several.
Okay, yep. All right, who are they?
There's a whole list. Leonard Glenn is one.
Okay.
And then there's others.
Oh wait, that's your Ancho, right?
I receive visions from him, yes.
Okay. Who else?
There's 8 that I know of.
Okay. You don't have to go through all of them. Are you sharing all of them?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen some of these before. There we go. One step closer to God. Okay. Well,
There is no God, there's just powerful people in the right place.
That's one perspective.
Sab says, She used to be a thief, if that helps.
Thief.
Yeah.
Really?
Stolen. Where was it? It was
Sarkonos.
Sarkonos. Was a thief in Sarkonos.
Makes sense. Can't really corroborate that now that most records of any crimes in Sarkonos are burned to the ground, but. Thief. That's interesting. And you're sure you don't want to tell me anything else?
She's gonna. Rachel, this is up to you. You can say no to this. She's gonna make a talk check to persuade you. You can decide no.
Sure. No, I mean, if she wants to try, I have no problem with being embroiled in that mechanic.
Okay. That is one success.
Well, like Sebastian said, she's a thief in Sarkonos. That's mostly what I saw. Her breaking into places, stealing from safes.
Should we be talking in the house with explosives in the basement?
Explosives?
Mm-hmm.
They should have assumed as much. Are they rigged to blow?
I don't know.
I went to check out her radio room before we leave.
All right.
We can continue this if you want to later.
A radio room. You got any lead from that?
That's what I'm going to find out.
All right.
And I'm gonna head up there.
Mind if me and my silvergrapher tag along?
Sab gets up and
Too
moves
pushy
to the
about
door
it.
and just, I want my silver graphs before we leave.
That seems fair, doesn't it?
Not exactly. It wasn't wholly a fair exchange that we had just there.
All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you someone that she's has contacts with. Don't know if it's illegal. Wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Information for a photograph? A silvercraft?
For both of them.
Hard to make a deal such as that because I don't know the quality of the information. Is it good?
You already said you weren't going to post the silvercrafts in the paper anyway.
Oh yeah, I wasn't intending to, but
Oh, well, I'm not.
just good to have security.
I like pictures of myself and I don't have any, so. Well,
Give me 5 notes. This books.
Seb,
Books.
Seb,
Money.
Seb
Paper's
pulls
not
out, yeah, 5 notes. Big Moreland bank notes, is that right?
Here you go. Might tell Miss Casey the information though.
Is that both of them?
Yeah, he gives you both.
He doesn't.
Gives you 2 frames.
He looks at them.
One of them is of you just on the ground.
He puts that one down and smashes it. I don't know if that's how they work.
I don't think it could be. It's literally on a plate of silver. So I
Okay.
don't think you can really.
But I guess he
you can
just-
melt it down. Probably.
Sure, I mean, he has silver, so why not? So he just thought, oh, what's in there? Oh, do you know of a man named Argon?
Argon. Last name?
So he would know this. Okay, he would say the last name, but if not, I can keep doing this.
I do know it off the top of my head.
Yes.
You want me to just say it?
Yes, that'd be good.
Okay. Marchenko.
Marchenko. Oh, Marchenko. Maybe look into that one.
Argon Marchenko.
M. Sounds like him.
Maybe. If that's the case, then Mr. Marchenko is getting a whole lot of firepower.
Also, please don't tell him or anyone that you got this information from me.
I didn't even learn your name, so not even anyone I could say who had the information. Listen, if you're trying to... I've worked with a lot of informants in the past. A lot of people trying to turn away from a sort of criminal background. I am excellent at keeping their anonymity. If you have any information you'd like to provide, Wilkes, he reaches into his coat, pulls out a card.
He
Reach
takes
me at this
it.
frequency.
He takes it. Thank you. Thank you for
Sorry
saving.
for the whole picture business.
It's
She
all right.
gave you her number.
Thank you.
You really are a character, aren't you? I should really have an interview with you. Who are you people?
Thank you for saving Heisel,
Oh, of course.
by the way.
No problem. Sorry we didn't do it sooner.
I understand.
We wanted to
It
be
was pragmatic.
non-intrusive. You know, now Sibel knows about our presence. That's not the best.
Well, I'm gonna go keep searching this house.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up to the radio room.
Okay. It's directly across from the office that you guys are in. So, got a radio room.
I'm gonna search it thoroughly.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
And
Study. Carefully.
Mikael, would you help me?
Oh, of course.
It's a critical success for Mikhail.
And 1 success from me.
Okay. 3. Oh, it's a radio room. It's a pretty heavy-duty radio. A lot bigger than the Hastings device. Which, oh man, that hasn't seen some... You still have that?
Of course.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
I may not have actually.
Oh, shoot.
I may not have
It's a little
actually
hard
brought
to
it
lug
to.
someone, like, in a bag with a giant radio...
I was just gonna
They-
say I may not have actually brought it to Sibel's.
Yeah, I'd probably suggest that. Fix might have just... That if you brought it.
He would have incurred the wrath of someone that he would be lucky to never meet in his entire life. Someone who would haunt his dreams until the day he dies.
Fake
Sybil Hastings.
Sybil Hastings.
radio.
All right. So you start searching through this room. Most of this building is very ill furnished. There's like little to no furniture anywhere, which is ironic considering you were just recently kidnapped at a place that was decked to the brim with furniture, and that was only for like Lysander's like
Mountain Chalet.
mountain chalet. He's only there for like a month, and that place was just well stocked. This place is very Spartan. But there is the desk, and there is the radio, and there is a drawer, and there is a false bottom.
God.
So you do reach in there, and you would see just a single leather-bound notebook with no title or anything on it. And it would be a code book.
Interesting.
There is nothing indicating what it might be representing, though.
Oh, I guess I'd better just listen for encoded frequencies, huh?
Speaking of listen, all of you would hear the unmistakable sound of a shotgun booming outside.
Seb just
Gonna go
takes
down.
off. Out and says, everyone out of the house.
I'm gonna Naruto run after him.
Mikael, stay behind them.
All right, move check, everybody. Including Mikhail and
Casey and
No.
1.
2 successes.
Okay.
None.
1. Okay. Sab, you're the first to get to the back door, the closest door to the sound that you heard. You run as fast as you can down the stairs. May not be as fast as Jacob Reed or the Raven of Argonica grappling down, but you are indeed very fast. You're just about to get to the door frame when you hear you are blinded by at least a dozen extremely bright spotlights just
gazing on the entire house. The rest of you in the house would see just light pouring in through the windows. Just a ton of it. I might suggest not leaving this building. At least for now. You would all hear on a loudspeaker. As the owner of this building is, of course, the owner of Scanty Arms and
Ah, he'd say the whole thing. Sorry, give me a second.
I have this pulled up.
Scanty military and mining implements. There is a vast amount of explosives underneath the building. Reach the glow.
Can I?
All of you can get to the door if you
Yeah.
want to now. Just
Can we see Gray outside
make a
anywhere?
perception check.
There's a lot of light, but I don't
It's going to be a little difficult.
only one success.
This
Okay.
Sab will
You
try
can't
that
see
too.
Watchman Kendler, are you there?
The enforcer is out of the picture for now.
For now.
Does it really matter?
Yes. Did you kill him?
No.
So I've got
Two
2
successes.
on, yeah.
You look around, you can't see Candler, but you can see a single individual just standing on the lawn. Now that you know where he is, you're probably going to make another check just to see him. He's just a silhouette at this point. All of you can see this figure at this point, though.
Another 2 successes.
Okay. You see a man dressed in a gambler's suit. He's got one of those kind of southern like ties. There's a suit style called a gambler's suit. I'm not making it up.
No, I'm thinking of the gambler, the person.
Oh, nah. There's just a suit called the gambler's suit.
Oh, okay.
I would ask that you all turn over the Lady Augur Heisel Cohen or face detonation.
Who are you?
That will aid nothing in the negotiations.
Yes, it will!
No.
And just
Yes.
out of curiosity.
Huntsman, set the timer for 30 seconds.
Look, we saved her once, we can save her again. What do you
I'm
say?
not going to let you all die. Just
Sab
We're not
steps
gonna let you die
outside.
either.
Okay.
We'll save you. Just stay alive.
You don't have to do that. I'm here to bargain.
Dormammu, I'm here to bargain.
We have at least a dozen guns trained on you right now.
Yeah, that's why I stepped outside. It's protocol.
had 30 trained on me the other day. This is really not as much effort as I was expecting.
You all would be able to see at this point that the source of the spotlights is an airship. Yep.
Oops.
Yes.
Are you with Sibel?
I am not with anything except for the Blackfoot Runner.
Say that one more time.
I am with no one except the Blackfoot Runner.
The Blackfoot Runner.
Yes,
Who or what is that?
you have 20 seconds.
She goes, but I
No,
go
you know
too.
what, I'll pause the. Oh, fair enough. That works for me.
Sab, are you sure?
Yeah.
I suggest you de-weapon yourselves first. Are you heading out of the building?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, there she is, Lady Augur.
Reed's gonna ask Casey really quick. Do you have another one of those elixir things?
Oh, Casey?
Yeah.
Hate to tell you, just one.
I would.
Unless you want me to take the shot. And you would see Wilkes is already posed at a window, hiding in a shadow, and aiming what looks to be something of a combination of a revolver and a sniper rifle. It's just a revolver with an extended stock, extended barrel, and like a sniper scope on top of it. And he looks to be aiming right at the silhouette. Probably not. Give me a second. Casey looks out the window at the guy. Excuse me? Do you know who I am? I'm afraid not. Who are you? Well, My name is Captain Vonihoo. I'm a representative of the Crimson Pennant. And I am actually not rigging this place to blow. That was a bluff. What?
Sab just runs towards or no. No, they probably have guns. Sab just pulls back inside.
I'm gonna duck back inside as well.
All right.
Probably grabs Heisel.
All of
too.
you two make a move check.
I think so too.
All right.
Can I actually? No. Or can I try to? Who's furthest out?
Further of the build, like
Furthest outside the building.
I mean, we've got Vonahue.
Oh, okay.
That guy's. Yeah.
I'm just talking to those two.
You said move what?
Swiftly.
Because I was
One.
gonna.
One willing to make a critical success to get us inside. If we need
Okay. I will allow. So wait, you've just got one critical success.
it. Oh no.
Is one and he
I'm
can
willing to
upgrade
make it a critical success. with
Okay.
void points.
Yeah. Critical success will get you inside. One will.
Can
As
I
you guys hold on just a second.
Okay.
As they are moving towards the house, you do hear just a volley of just gunshots ring out, and one just clipped your leg. But because this is kind of just a regular combat thing, that's just 2 stress points.
Okay.
So don't worry, I've imposed enough wounds on you,
May I?
but you do take a bullet in the leg. Yes.
Never mind. I was gonna try to use my grappling hook to try to assist and like yank her in.
Oh, okay.
But it's
Yeah,
too late for
it's a little hard to do.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to
It's okay.
shut you off. I thought you were talking about something later.
Yeah.
All right, so we're inside and use the void point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You're inside. You get
Okay.
there as shots just ring out against the building.
All right. Sab's against the wall. He looks out. Could I throw something at the guy? Like, is he in throwing
He's like
distance?
60 feet away. It'd be quite the throw. And what even would you have to throw?
Explosives.
Oh, you did get
Because
that.
I did get some.
mentioned
Okay,
that.
60 feet is probably a little too far for this. This is not optimized for.
How big
that
are the
far.
explosives?
He got.
I imagine you got some of the military things. which
two.
are-
You got 3 military and then 2
Anything that can be fired from
engineering mining.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
anything that can be fired from a crossbow.
Those
Crossbow.
cylinders are actually just about the size of the incendiary bolts from Dishonored.
Oh my word.
Oh no.
Sad takes a look at this. Would this feasibly work?
What's that?
Like shooting it from a crossbow?
I'd make you make a tinker check before doing it, but possibly.
Okay.
As you guys run in, you will hear Casey's just going to say, "Take it!"
And you do see Wilkes take the first shot since he had already prepped his gun. Nice. Okay. That's 3 successes. Everybody make a perception check. This is a little hard.
One
One
success.
success, 1 complications.
Okay.
One
success will do it.
complication. Oh wait, perception,
No
though.
complications
Yeah.
for perception.
So 1 success.
One success will do it, yeah. The Captain Vonahue who just introduced himself to you all just got domed.
Oh,
Just got shot. He's dead.
Oh my
Oh.
word.
Yeah. Yep.
Pop goes the weasel.
Hello, I'm Captain Donahue.
Not anymore.
I'll say, probably suggest we move. Yeah, we should probably go to someplace more secure.
Everybody make a move check. It's only 10 o'clock. You still got time.
Yeah.
This is going to be your combat initiative.
No successes.
Oh, real good.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Okay. Anybody with 3 successes? 2 successes.
Yes.
Dice rolls.
9 and 6.
2 and 4.
Okay. The order is going to be Isel, Sab, 1 success.
No
Anybody?
successes.
No successes? Okay. It's 1 success. And, oh, what the heck is a 15? Success. Okay. Heisel, Sab, Anton, what'd you roll?
He's not
I'm
here.
not here.
Oh, my word. I keep forgetting that. I'm so
Sorry we left you behind.
No, he ran
It was
off
like-
before he could join.
Actually,
Okay.
you know what?
wanted
Before we deal
to.
with combat,
Sab was like,
you
you
do
can
get back
catch
to
up.
the
I know.
airship dock.
And are there any that look? It is like an airship dock, so like things do like.
Oh yeah, you'd be able to see like that's new, that sort of thing. Well,
Oh.
study check first to remember.
Yeah. What is that number? Oh yeah. I was hoping it was 2. There's a 0 following that too.
Oh,
So no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, you just don't pay attention to the airships, man.
I guess not. Yeah.
You don't seem to remember what's new. But for what it's due, it doesn't look like there's anybody unloading anything like suspicious, like a carriage or an explosives magnate or a creepy jockey guy. So can't see that. All right, I'm sorry, but that's probably going to be your C.
Oh no, for real.
Yeah. All right, the rest of you.
0 success, or yeah, okay. So it's gonna be Wilkes, Sab, Casey. Yay! Let's do some enemy initiative rolls. Yay! Okay. Woo! Wow. Okay, that's gonna be. There's gonna be 1 that goes before you, Sab, and then several that go after. All right. So, Isel, what are you doing?
Sab, hand me one of the Escantite sticks.
Sab pulls out that, and he also pulls out the dagger from his boot that's also Heisel's and hands
Oh.
it to her.
Well, she for now just snatches the Escantite stick, pulls open the door, and throws it, and shuts the door again.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is there a way to like set it off or?
Now comes the important question. Does Heisel have
Light
any
it,
idea
or-
how explosives work?
Well, I saw her do the one when she dropped it on me.
That's fair. Make a quick study check.
Okay.
Memory.
Wish there was an explosive.
2 successes.
Okay, you remember how to do it. Roll a tinker check to see if you can do it.
Ah, okay. Tinker, I assume cleverly.
Yeah.
Um,
Difficulty of 1 because you remember how she did it.
2.
Okay, 1 momentum.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. You throw it out the door. About 30 feet. There's an airship, and there is a dead man 60 feet away.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I got my distances wrong.
Sab
Hopefully it'll be a good
pulls her back
distraction.
from the door.
Yeah.
It's the light. It's the blinding light.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
Sab, or no, I don't know whose turn it is.
Okay, Sab, what are you doing?
Sab takes out the 2 military ones and just looks at the Raven's crossbow and just catch. And he just kind of tosses them over. Or if like he's close enough, he would hand them to him. But just you go. It's like you could put them in their crossbow, maybe shoot it. Be careful.
All right,
Explosives.
thanks. He's gonna wait until his turn.
All right, sounds good.
All right, real quick of just about the positioning. So there's
Yeah.
the door, and then there's like
There's a couple windows facing this. It's in the backyard. That
okay,
it's-
facing the backyard, and there's like a way to like get back into the house. Is that close to the exit door?
You're in the house already.
Oh yeah, I'm just meaning like the layout.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So there would be a door to the basement very close to you. To get to the other side of the house, towards the front room where Heisel was assaulted, you can go over there. There's like a dining room, a kitchen. On the front side of the house, there'd be the stairs up to the upstairs.
Okay.
Could you maybe draw a diagram for us?
Yeah.
Really
That's
quick.
good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like a muffin.
That's Captain Bonnie.
Oh.
It does look like a
It's a
muffin.
skull.
It's a skull.
It's a skull.
Okay,
Skull
It's like
muffin.
an
It's a
egg.
blueberry
I gotta work on my
muffin.
skull real quick.
No, we want. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Now it's a
Sideways.
muffin in a little tin. No, it's okay. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Oh.
Just
You
leave
know what?
it.
It looks like a ghost coming out of a chimney.
Just
It
leave
looks
it.
like a ghost
Ooh, I
muffin.
like that one the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost muffin.
Or an
Well,
octopus.
who was it supposed to be?
Well,
The
that-
dead
that's
guy.
Bonnie. That's the guy that
Oh.
just got.
Because I
And
was
then
thinking
there's,
if it
like,
was
12
a
other
Scotty, that'd
guys,
be
man.
great.
There it is. This is in the sky.
Ooh. It'd be big though.
Airship.
Ain't they be?
That's a very rough silhouette. That's not actually exactly what. it's
They
like.
look like
Um,
really pointy
60
link
feet.
sausages.
I'm just worried about where Gray's at, man.
Door.
He's dead.
No, he's not. I hope.
Not yet.
Hopefully not.
Almost.
I like
I
that
like
guy.
him. You do for now.
Why would I not?
Windows.
Because he's about to die.
I'd still like him if he was dead.
There's a turret.
No,
because
he'd be
every
too
good house
dead.
Has a turret.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I thought Leo was dead for like 2 years, and I still like him.
What about now?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Well, it's just that he caused you to lie for so many years because you thought he was dead, and it turns
That
out he
was
was
my
just ghosting
decision.
you.
That was my decision, and he's not himself
He
anymore.
ghosted you for so long.
He became the outsider.
Ghosting.
He's
you.
not himself anymore.
Not ghost. Still like ghost someone.
He's lost all sense of himself. He's a
well,
god
he still
now.
had you as a contact in his phone, and it's.
There are no
Okay.
phones. Get wrecked.
There are cell phones. They're just big, boxy, and radios.
Have you ever seen a radio in the void?
Yes.
I thought not.
You also can
You have a
void
void
call
radio.
people,
You have one of those.
void
I
live
was the only
live
one. It's a
Skype people,
prototype.
soul
You
Skype.
don't know that she hasn't made more.
Do
She
you,
probably
soul
has by
Skype?
now.
Came and was like,
Because
"Hey,
you
I'm
go
gonna
to
make
you
a
don't
voice."
like
It's like,
physically
"Hi,
go
this
there,
is
but you like
Telepathy.
yeah
No, mine is the first.
telepathy Skype.
But it's not gonna last.
But that hasn't been there for 2 years.
Where's the basement entrance?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Down those stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. There's our rough sketch.
Nice.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. Cool.
Who needs battle maps? We got whiteboards.
Yes. Boom.
All right. Whose turn is it?
Sab gave
Explosives.
explosives.
To the Raven.
The Raven of Argana.
You said you wanted to do something else, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah. He pulls out a spring blade. Says, "Anyone mind me putting this by the door?"
Oh, a spring razor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, just someone. Wait. Great.
Ooh.
Everyone
Smart. Do it.
Okay.
Easy.
And everyone get back from the windows.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody.
You can continuously hear just shots just clinking against the walls.
Everybody, if you're not doing something, get down to the basement.
No. We're you got out
Good
here.
plan.
Wait, are
Says
these
Mikhail.
like walls or are these mostly windows here?
What's that?
Like, do we have good concealment and cover here, or is this just windows mainly here?
There's spots in between windows. So, for example, like, let's see, Wilkes was right here when he made the shot, just peering out of a window.
Okay.
Don't go to the basement. That's where all the explosives are. If they follow us down, we're gonna be toast. Go upstairs.
Or just go back, fight them later, try and leave, get the carriage.
They've got Gray. We can't just.
Okay.
We gotta try.
All right. Well, this would be good to have someone fast who could guess more ammunition. It's fine.
That's probably, if you're placing a spring razor, that's probably going to be your turn.
Okay. You guys think I should just throw it in front of the door, or should I put it inside the door so that they come in and they do?
They wouldn't see you put it down if it was behind the door.
All right. And what's the range of these things?
Radius of about 5 feet.
Everyone
like
back up.
dust,
Okay.
or like 3.
All right.
They also, I don't know how on Earth, because it's supposed to be super simple, but they technically won't detonate if a friend goes close.
Oh, I love this.
Literally just a bunch of wire, and like Corvo could set like right down, and it's like, oh no, you're a friend.
But he's got so much enmity with Jacob Reed that I'm not sure he would count.
See, what I like is
In this
that
situation,
little
he's a
spring razor,
friend.
so it's like, yeah, I put like some really high-powered springs and a bunch of deadly stuff in
Alright.
there, and then when you like have it there, it makes judgments about your relationships with other people and evaluates how good they really are.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
fighting
how you
with
test
this
your
person right now? Do you have
friendships.
beef? Are you gonna make up later? You probably are. So
Okay.
like, I won't detonate.
Omniscient.
Anyway, he puts
Okay.
down a spring
It
razor.
probably is just
Casually
like everyone
omniscient
can see
spring
where it
razor.
is, and so they won't step on it.
Yeah,
enough.
might be that.
Who's next?
Next would be.
Did I have like 3 spring
Oh,
razors?
it's gonna be Wilkes. Okay.
Yeah, Wilkes is gonna
Sean
take
Wilkes?
another shot. Actually, no, he's the one that suggested going into the
That's the
basement.
new guy, right?
I'm gonna move up to upstairs. Vantage point. Goodbye.
Bye.
And he just moves over there. Yeah. Make a perception check, everybody.
Oh wait, that's my momentum die. Never mind.
1 success.
This is probably gonna be like a. I'm gonna say 3.
Steady.
Mm, 2.
Very carefully. 1.
Okay, so no 3s. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Sab was close. They
Sab.
might come around the front.
Wait, what the heck, Sab? Why are you listed twice? That's wrong.
Sab moves twice. No.
Casey. Casey is going to.
When Sad goes, he really goes.
He goes hard man.
Like twice as hard as anyone else.
Casey says, "I'm gonna go check the back, just make sure we're not flanked." And she's gonna go over towards the front. And you're gonna hear her say, "We're being flanked!" And she's going to make an attack against somebody who just got into the house.
Being flanked. We are in fact being flanked.
Yes. Oh wait, nope. Contest. Okay. All right. So this is number 1. Okay. Gonna be 2. Woo! Oh my word! We love critical successes. As you all would just hear, it's the same sound you heard earlier of her just going to town on some guy and just beating him to a pulp.
Oh.
And as soon as you turn around, you would see there is a man in much less formal clothing, more
Ragtag, if you will, a bit messy, but armed with a sword. But now on the ground.
Is there anyone else coming in?
Make a perception check.
1 success.
Okay. Possibly. Right now, you're still at the window, and you probably have to check around other areas of the house to see.
I'll help Casey. You stay here and help with the ship.
All right. Whose turn is it?
After that, oh boy.
Who's turn?
What's that?
All the enemies?
Yes.
Ah.
Okay. You would see this window break, shatter, and somebody vault in. Armed with a rifle. Looks left. Well, it's still on the ground floor.
From now on, may
I suggest we use black for the friendlies
Wait,
and blue
is the
against-
light on? Is it the light? Are the lights on in the house?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were off. Okay.
Oh no, they're still on.
So, Isel was near where the door opened. Probably, right. Ish. Okay, we're a part of the house now.
Since we're in the dining area, is there like a couch or something to hide behind?
You can
Zach
take
was
cover
over
if you
in the
want
same
to.
area, right?
Yeah, I think he's around here. Just dropped
Around here? Oh, right, no, yeah, we're probably further back because of that. So,
I can't get the
They
ghost
put
coming
the-
out of the.
spring razor near the door.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Yep, yep.
oh wait, that would be inside, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, my years taking drafting
Where is
high school
Jake Reed?
paid off for something.
Okay, so
I think he's
I'm just gonna
like
just highlight a funny
back
thing.
back a little bit, like around there.
Here?
Around there. Yeah.
This is the second time that Anton ran to find the rest of the party,
And it's
or
cut
sort of
down.
like where an airship was headed, and was not able to like get to the point where he thought the fight was gonna happen
Yeah.
because the airship wasn't there this time, but last time it was for different reasons.
We should
Yeah.
make
And
the
so this is the second time that he's been waiting on their airship, which was significantly far away from the fight, while they were fighting on the ground with someone who had an airship at night.
Yep.
It's so similar, and it happened twice, and I find that
Okay.
hilarious.
Corpse, enemy.
It's going better this time, though.
Jacob Reed, Wilkes,
By a
Casey,
lot.
Corpse.
And there was a scan type both times.
All right.
Except this time it's more on your side.
This guy's gonna fall over. He's gonna take a shot at Jacob Reed.
Can I dive for cover?
Not for first shots. Sorry.
Okay. I'm out of the fight.
If he hits.
Yep, I'm out of the fight.
That is critical success and a complicate. Oh, wait. Nope. No, it's not critical. Sorry. For some reason, this is a grunt, and he doesn't have a focus as high as other people do. Like, I was thinking of, like,
So a success and a complication?
it's a success, which the base score for a
Range attack.
range attack is 2. That is not going to cut it. And a complication. So, you see this guy just break through and aim at the first person you can see, which is. Let's call him Jeremy for a second. Jacob.
Jeremy.
Reed. Nah.
That's your third character. Fourth.
He lets off a single
Jacob,
shot,
Jeremy.
misses, and of course he's got like a repeating rifle. He pulls the lever back, and you just see it get stuck.
Ooh,
Complication.
good.
All right, now time
We
for
love
next.
them when they're for other people.
You would see, or hear a shot ring out from right here. Heisel, make a perception check.
Okay. A perception check?
Mhm.
Okay.
This person is, there's somebody somewhere in the vicinity taking shots through the window. And you can't.
2 successes.
2? That's definitely enough. You can see there's a figure taking cover by, actually, you know, no.
I don't have any long range guns, man. I don't
Is that-
know.
Of course not.
What?
Yeah, he's
expected
gonna
to
be
do
about,
here?
he's actually closer than you might think. Actually, you know what? Right here.
Is there a window there?
Is that? Yes, right there.
Yeah.
All around the turret.
Ooh.
He's gonna take a shot and at you, Heisel. Okay, that is gonna be a critical success.
Can I negate that with chaos? Give you chaos for negating that.
I
don't think that's how that works for attacks.
You're probably right. Wait. Is it? How does chaos work?
Chaos is for. Oh wait, you can I think take
Because
away.
I know there are some
like-
times where I can say just chaos instead. I know that's on complications for us. I just don't remember if that's also.
I don't think we've used it for that yet. It doesn't
Chaos
necessarily.
is
mean so.
You're probably right. It's probably not. I mean, I guess it doesn't do any more damage if he hits, is it? That's fair enough.
Does not look like you can use that to just.
Yeah, fair
decrease
enough.
An enemy's check. You can increase your own with it, but
Yeah.
not decrease an enemy's.
Fair enough.
It is interesting. I'm reading through my rules references, and it says that if you want to reduce the amount of chaos, you can take non-lethal actions, eliminating enemies, settling disputes, and even doing charity work or helping those in need to reduce. It's I love the idea of just somebody you know what? I killed a couple people last session. Can I go to the
Yeah,
Samaritan's Purse or
I don't know,
something?
taking $1,000 and
So how much
giving
damage does
someone
it
a
do?
golden bar or something like that.
Hold on though.
That's good.
Spence.
That's true. Yeah.
How much damage is that?
This brings up an odd question.
3
So-
stress points.
Forging the basis of an entire town, the thing that they've made their
That's
personality,
neutral, my friend.
like,
It's forging.
Does
but
it-
It's hopeful forging.
does it negate, because it's a crime and a very chaotic thing to do,
Yeah.
but for charitable
It's neutral.
reasons,
Yeah.
it's neutral?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Who else?
You can do anything you want
any other
as long
enemies?
as you're doing it for good reasons.
Someone moves closer, but you can't see him.
Hmm.
And actually, you know what?
Here was another one that bursts in right here. He's going to attack Casey behind his friend that just died.
well, he's sleeping.
Really?
Yeah. She just punches people.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Bro. She can talk well and she gets to punch people. How is that fair?
She's like Heisel, but
Well, you
she's
just gotta get
competent
marked
in
by
a fight.
Exactly.
Leo.
I've been trying.
The difference is that Heisel puts her whole personality into the one thing, and she gets it for free.
You like pressing that button, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Hey, before I got marked by an outsider, I had to almost die 95 times. One for each of Martin Luther's theses.
What?
I got marked while almost dying. That's what you should do. You should almost die.
What I'm doing right now.
Oh, you're right.
This guy does miss when he tries to attack Casey. But
But
she rolled a complication.
she can't punch anymore. Her punch needs to be reloaded? I don't know.
She can't drink punch because she now associates the ideas with each other and it feels weird.
Okay, you're actually kind of close to the first one. In the scuffle, she has to block a sword attack, which is hard to do with hands.
So she does try to block with her elbow on the person's, flashing the sword down, block it like right here.
Feels like something I would do.
She does,
Haha, block.
her brass knuckle does fall off though. So she'll deal less damage.
Okay, that's it.
It's my turn now.
No. Very close. It's gonna be Heisel, but before Heisel is going to be the ship.
Wait, but he hasn't acted yet.
What's that?
He hasn't acted yet.
Oh, what? Oh
Oh my word! I'm so sorry. You're not on the. Yeah. Let me add you. You're after all the bad guys.
And how
okay.
about Mikhail? He just needs to run away.
Mikhail's already in the basement.
Good,
He
okay.
left. Yeah.
Because like I'm not dumb.
Jacob. Okay. What are you doing?
Unlike most of
Can I
y'all,
charge?
have
Am I able to charge
self-preservation
the
instincts.
guy that just shot at me?
Yes, he is very much so within charging range.
All right, so I'm going to charge him and attack him.
Okay.
That's 2 successes.
Okay. He's going to contest that. You could just see him fumbling with his rifle and just look up as you just go straight for him. What are you attacking with?
My foot.
Okay. Chuck this. What'd you roll? 2
2
successes?
successes, 15 and a 6.
Let me see when this happens. He rolled an 8 and a 12. What's your brawling focus?
4.
He's a ranger, so yeah. You do kick him. I'm gonna say boots deal 2 points of stress.
Okay.
So you hit this guy. What were you aiming for when you kick him?
His face.
Okay. Yeah, you do land it. But it seems like he is still up. You get a second attack if you want it.
All right, so he does like kind of a spinny back kick thing the first time.
Yeah.
With the back of his foot in the guy's face.
Yeah.
And then the second time, he's going to, as he turns around, he's bringing back his elbow.
Yeah.
He's going to swing forward and try to hit him the second time in the
Okay.
face with his
All
elbow.
right. Yeah. Melee check. Contested.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you just rolled 2. So. Yeah, you elbow him in the face and just falls down to the ground.
Unconscious?
Ow.
Which one?
I got it. Oh, you got the black. But yeah, that erasing works too. Yes. Down for the count.
Corpse.
All right, and I'm right next to him now.
Yes, that's right. Okay. The ship. Ship is going to take some shots at those closest to the windows, which none of you are outside.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
those
can
are
it
all
even
gonna
hit
miss.
us? Yeah.
Yeah. They're just still going to shoot, though. Heisel.
Can I take shots at the one next to Casey and then run downstairs in the basement?
Yeah, you can definitely go kind of around the corner, take a look at, before you head down, take a shot. That is going to be very kind of out of your range. I know that seems close, but your Derringer is for like extreme close
okay.
range. So it will just have an increased difficulty. It will be a difficulty of 3 to hit.
I'm not sure I can even do that. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be any good here, but I might as well try before I get out of the fight anyway. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the 2 shots and run into the basement with Mikhail.
All right, make an attack roll.
Cool.
You guys are also standing right next to the razor mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry, we know where that is.
Yeah.
That was
So
poor
they don't
scale on my
set
part.
off, 'cause they know where it is.
Yeah, but if
I'm gonna
someone
use my
comes through the
momentum.
door right at the second
True.
while you're standing
What is
there.
that? Is this fight?
Fight.
Anything? There's not really. It doesn't seem like anything specific really
I know.
applies
With fight,
here.
I say
would
you
love
can
to use
apply pretty
cleverly.
much anything because guns aren't always forcefully. You're not
Yeah.
using raw strength to shoot.
So I'll fight cleverly.
Yeah, cleverly. I'll swiftly.
Oh, that's 4 successes.
2 ones.
I used a momentum, so it was a 1 and then a 5 and then a 9.
Wow.
I don't even get momentum from it.
You do not. That is.
So sad. But okay, I do get a shot off.
Yep. And.
It's 2 damage.
That does hit. Wait.
The one by the
Yeah,
door.
yeah. It's the person, is the swordsman. And your next shot.
Let's try it again.
1 point of stress.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. I'm sorry.
That's sad.
Kind of a pea shooter.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
Okay. And the second shot misses.
And then I'm going to run into the basement.
Okay.
Works for
And you
me.
can consider me out of the fight unless it becomes relevant again.
Okay, Sab.
Okay. So here's something. So Sab kind of looks around to see if there's like a not super bulky chair, but like kind of a chair they could put against the door. Not so much to like keep people out, but be like, oh, this door, man, we need to break this door down. Let's get a few guys to break this door down. And so when they break through, there's like a few people. So it's not just one person.
Okay, so attempt to barricade the door.
Anything I do for that? Just a chair, I guess.
Make a tinker check with that.
Okay.
Utterly.
No boy. No successes.
Okay. You're going around looking for chairs, but all of them are like at very weird oblique angles and just like not appropriate to prop door. They're all like just too big or too. So you're just searching around the house and
Okay.
you just can't find anything. That being said, that's not an action since you didn't find
Okay.
anything. So if you want to do something else.
Can you get over and attack the guy that's attacking the one, Casey? Or is he too far away?
Oh, that's a little far. You'd have to do some sort of ranged attack.
Okay. I don't think he has anything.
I love how I can just, as a GM in the Dishonored system, just say, like, that's too far. Not like, well, my weapon has, like, the range of 30 feet. It's just like, Dishonored literally says, like, some things have the range of very close.
Like the president.
Some things have ranges that are very far. That's kind of up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, that's far.
You can
That's
chuck
how
one of
it
those
tends
tiny
to be in
chairs
real
at him.
life.
True.
You can make any shot.
Could chuck
It's
a
just
chair.
you just have a lower chance
Or-
the further it is.
Oh, yeah?
So like as far as
Um,
gamifying that, it's like you kind of just decide.
All right.
It's
I
very
guess
conditional.
Sab. Let's see if this would work. So would fencing kind of be like the knife focus?
Yes.
Okay. How about throwing knife focus?
Fencing.
How about acrobat and throwing knife focus?
Honestly, I think that's more acrobatics.
Okay.
There's been a recent move where, in like action movies and whatnot, where like throwing knives are like used often in military. That's never happened. It's more common for a person in the circus to know how to throw knives than it is a soldier to know.
Because
Okay.
it looks cool, but not always
Yeah.
that useful.
Yeah, knife
You're
throwing
like,
is
Okay.
You're like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep a knife
So
on
he
me
has
so that I always
his
have a
he has
weapon. Then
Heisel's
I'm gonna
knife
throw
still.
it.
So he
Yeah.
just takes that and throws it at the guy basically.
All right. Okay. Roll a ranged attack.
All right.
Throwing
Okay.
axes is fun though.
All right.
I
So
want to throw a
fight.
real axe though.
Yeah.
Only ever
Um,
thrown the fake ones.
guess
destroy
swiftly.
pumpkins.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
I should get a
Acrobatics.
No, I don't need a hatchet.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
2
I
successes.
was like, I'm gonna be outdoors this summer. I'm not cutting fire.
Well,
Two
there's
successes.
more things you can
That
do
is
with a
the
hatchet
base-
than just fire.
Base difficulty for a ranged attack.
All right.
Do you know what the damage of that knife is?
Heisel, what's the damage of your knife?
I've actually never used it. I want to say 1 or 2, but I don't know which that
I
is.
think
probably
it would
two
have to be
more
at
than
least
pencil.
2.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
If
It
swords are
might be
3.
more because like there's feels like some of the bludgeoning weapons are not as big.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2.
I'll check real quick. But
I also,
Just kinda go
I
for it
think,
right now.
I'm just gonna definitely say 2. I've nerfed the weapons of the Dishonored RPG. Like a
Alright.
pistol, like a regular single shot pistol deals 4 stress points of damage.
yeah,
So I'm like, yeah, no, that's too strong.
yeah.
So I've nerfed things, so the knife is probably,
When we get more potions, then it'll be okay. Just need to do that.
These guys are all tougher than normal.
yep. Yeah, they're not down in 1 count. That's right.
Anyway, so
Sorry,
Sab goes.
but-
So
I'm immune to all of their attacks.
That's right.
yeah,
Because
so
That's like
Far
how
away.
that's like how abstinence is the best way to not, get pregnant. This is the best
Yeah.
way to avoid attacks, is to not be there in the first.
I dodged an attack by miles. How? How did you do that? I wasn't there.
Oh man.
okay.
Like, shh, some people don't know this hack. Don't
Zeb.
be in
All right.
combat.
Where do
Zeb
you want to
probably
fly
has
knife?
to move out a little
Well, I mean, like
bit. Oh,
any specific body part because
Oh.
you landed.
I think like torso area,
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
arm, but like that's
Yep.
maybe a bit ambitious. But
Yeah. So you see Casey just brawling out with this guy, and there's a brief window where you can see Casey's not, covering him up completely. That's when you throw the knife, and it goes straight into his chest, and he collapses to the ground, and you just see Casey just look at you and just give you a salute.
All right.
All right, Wilkes. It's gonna shoot people.
Go get Wilkes.
John Wilkes Booth.
I was a bard at the
That's two
inspiration. by the way.
successes. You guys don't see this guy. He's dead.
I also don't see that guy.
Oh, also, this person died.
Oh. They're dropping like flies.
They are. You guys are doing good. Low on health, but so good.
I take
Sab's
credit.
doing good
Also,
with health. so-
I've only lost health so far from Casey.
Technically,
Sab's doing very
She's
good.
only
so
lost health from you.
He
so.
can help
Oh,
human
it's
shield
even
stuff.
Steven.
Yeah. Oh, we have something in common.
Yeah, there you go.
You should date.
Anyway.
All right. So,
You flirted with everyone else.
Yeah, he still has plans to flirt with her, but
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
found a punch. We should
Punch each
I don't
other
know.
more often? I
I
don't
don't know how to
know.
flirt with
You
that.
don't go. There's no way to go forward with this.
I really want. Pretend I flirted. And
right.
Let's just move on.
when I met you, it just hit me over the head.
Obviously, punching people is the superior way to flirt.
Well, I mean,
Anyone can tell you that. Heisel can tell you that. You
Hazel
gotta
just
punch people in
doesn't
the
flirt.
face.
She's just not flirtatious. That's why she
Exactly.
doesn't punch people.
Right. That's what she's been trying to tell you guys this entire time.
Yeah, if she
Jacob
wasn't,
Reed is incredibly flirtatious. That's why he always punches people.
Exactly.
yeah,
Simple.
all right. Casey's gonna run. Actually, upstairs probably to join folks.
John Wilkes.
I want to redeem that name. This guy didn't just kill a president.
Neither did I, but that doesn't mean that my name doesn't mean. Also, that guy that stole my drink at Renova.
Oof.
That was last year, and I'm gonna be 35 years old or something. Like it's gonna be so many years from now, and I'm gonna be like, "There's that other guy. He stole my drink from Renova that one time."
And you're never gonna let it go.
did you have the same name or did you just flat out steal your drink?
Levi McNamara.
Oh,
No, Levi.
He's the one that did it.
Do you think he was just like, this is a strange beverage that I didn't order?
Well, it wasn't the size that he ordered, nor was it the drink that he ordered. And so he probably noticed.
Maybe it was just kind of polite and just didn't
again,
want
he
to
thinks
do it.
that, oh, they just made a mistake, but I don't want to go correct.
Yeah, might be that.
See, that's fair, honestly. Also, mine was more expensive than what he ordered. He ordered a small latte, and I had a large minty kiss. So
Anyway.
Did you not like book him? Like, hey,
did I
hey.
not slug him over the face?
Oh,
no,
wait, no,
I
sorry.
didn't notice it had happened because he also ordered it like around the same time as me.
Yeah.
So
So it made
they
sense.
they called Levi. I saw him get his drink, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then they called Levi again, and I was like, this is not my drink.
Oh man.
And then I understood what had happened.
All right. Next is Casey. What?
It's not his fault, but I still blame him. Like, it was understandable, but
Where did
he
you
shan't
go?
be redeemed.
I
Oh.
feel like he moved out a little bit because I don't
He's
think he
also
could
blonde.
throw it behind the stairs. So I feel like he
Okay.
moved out a little bit to the
You
center
should
of it.
die
Good.
there.
That or I will, for the third time.
You're probably.
If there was any chairs or stuff, he
Yeah,
probably
I'll
ducked
see
down.
if
I think hair for a significant
Or-
part of my academic career.
Just here, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see,
Maybe I'll dye my hair
Two men.
straight pink this summer.
walk in through this door.
Well,
Oh, that's the, yeah, okay.
oh, nice.
Normal men?
Normal men. Pirates. Normal men.
Are they about to die?
They
Of
are.
Springtrap?
They are a man smoothie now.
Wait, is it Springtrap?
Ooh,
Yep.
food for later.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Tasty.
Yummy. I love me a good smoothie.
Ooh. Pocket
That
blender.
was a chaos, but we took out 2 guys, so.
All right. Yeah, that's chaos. Sorry.
Springtraps are a pretty chaotic
Yeah.
thing to use.
I know. Yeah, they are.
We'll do charity work later.
All right.
I have to Toby Mobley in my notes for today. Probably ain't gonna
The
happen.
consequences of my own actions. So every time I kill someone, I do your.
Okay. Jacob.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm going to pick up the crossbow and the explosive that I have and start trying to see if I can figure out how to put the
All right.
explosive arm onto a dart.
Okay. Yeah. Make a tinker check. Difficulty of 2.
Tinker cleverly.
Yeah.
Can I apply engineering to this? Or
Yes,
just
you can.
explosives? Okay. I'm re-rolling that. I do not want to have a complication on my hands while I'm dealing with explosives. 2 successes.
Okay. You pull it off. It's gonna have to wait until next turn to use it, but you've got it ready.
And as I was doing that, is it okay if I moved over kind of against
Yeah.
the wall?
Yeah, you can take cover. Yep. Okay.
So-
Isel.
I'm up at the top.
I'm in the basement, man. I'm
Doing anything there?
loading my gun back up, and I guess telling Mikhail to get behind cover and getting behind cover and waiting.
Okay. Sab.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and spoil things just to keep things faster.
Yeah.
That's actually all the guys.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So Sab runs over and takes the knife, Heisel's knife, out of the guy, checks the guy for any loot or stuff like that.
Okay.
Should I just make a loot one?
This guy just has basically a sword. Probably some notes as well. Probably like 30 notes on him.
Okay. Guess as we wait, he runs over to the door and checks those 2 guys.
There's no guys left.
Okay, well, I mean, coins don't exactly shred, so. Is there anything
That's
salvageable? Let's say that. Is there anything
Okay,
salvageable?
it's gonna take a long time to search that.
Okay, he's not gonna. He'll
It's
go.
not like in a convenient
He'll go over
couch like in
to.
a game,
Oh
it's
wait.
just like-
Oh wait. So there's the guy. So there's the guy who.
Bone, throw.
There's the guy who he killed with the knife, but then there's the other guy who's
Yeah.
oh
down, just unconscious.
knocked
Yeah.
down. So he probably checks him,
Yeah.
and then like probably starts tying him up or something. Like takes off the guy's coat and starts.
Stay away from my guy.
Okay. Is there anything on the second guy? The one she punched out.
20 notes.
Okay.
And a sword. The ones that both barged in both had a sword.
Okay.
Alright.
He just pulls out his sword and waits, I guess.
Wilkes' turn.
I guess he yells across at no, we'll wait on that.
Okay.
He doesn't know everyone's gone yet.
Those of you on the ground floor, you would hear Wilkes say, like, that's the lot of them.
Any more on the ship?
Oh, yeah.
Sab looks at Raven. You think if you went upstairs and you fired the crossbow from there, you might be able to reach them, or at least scare them?
Yes. You did.
Can I rush upstairs with the crossbow and hand it to Wilkes to shoot instead of me? Or is there a separate archery focus instead of...
There is an archery focus instead of firearms.
Okay, so he probably wouldn't be good at...
Probably not. Unless he's skilled in archery.
Wilkes, are you skilled in archery?
Yeah.
It has an explosive tip on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this man.
Okay. Casey's gonna. Technically, Wilkes was on the second floor.
Oh, I ran upstairs to give it to him.
Oh, okay, yeah. You guys are technically out of combat right now. If you leave the ship, or if you leave the house, the ship will get a chance to attack you. Yeah. Technically out of combat right now.
Does the torque affect the damage I took from the bullet at all?
Remind me the stats of the torque.
We haven't worked on those.
Is that the first time it's ever come into play?
Yeah.
Because I remember
This is
there's
the first time
something
Hazel's
you've
ever been
because
shot.
you've always been like, if I get
No,
shot,
because it dealt one stress point. Or
It
wait,
dealt
no.
3.
Oh no, there was the first stress point of the ship, the stray bullet kind of.
No, that
yeah,
was
the third
2.
one. What's it do?
I mean, aesthetically, what we've talked about it doing is like pushing out the bullet and starting to reclose the hole.
I didn't know it could close the hole. I thought it was just magnetic. Closing the hole is like
Magnetic?
I could be wrong on that front.
Well, if it's just a strong magnet,
It's
that
been a
wouldn't really
while
do
since we
much
talked
for
about it.
bullet wounds.
I don't
Is
think
that-
it was magnetic because it is void related.
Yeah, I don't know. Just healing bullet wounds though. That's
I don't
like,
think it definitely doesn't completely heal them. We didn't talk about doing that, but we
I think
definitely
it
talked about
just
it
like
removing the
prevents them
bullets.
from getting infected, and bullets. I do know that they like fall out of right.
Pushed back out.
Yeah, push back out. So you're not gonna need surgery if a bullet ever gets stuck in. That ain't gonna happen.
okay.
Shade down stress points by 1.
So only Mikhail would see this, but the way that works is that the color, like the dark iron color from the torque, starts to bleed into Heisel's skin until it like traces its way down to where the bullet was, and it kind of coalesces around the wound, and then pop, bullet comes out.
That is pretty cool.
But none of you guys saw that. It's just
All
Mikhail.
right.
Can I show you a eraser?
So, as we have a confrontation with an airship next session, I am probably going to end it at this because that is the next threat, and I imagine you guys might need some time to think about what you're going to do.
Before we end really quick, can I
Yes.
ask how many guys do we think are on the airship?
Make a quick study check. Airship's focus if you got it.
Can I study cleverly?
Yes.
All right, that's 3 successes then.
Okay. An airship of that size, it's actually pretty small, which kind of makes sense given the fact that only the bullets coming from it have been small caliber. There's no cannons on this thing. It's kind of, I classify it as a schooner, just a small little thing. Probably at most 10 people.
Including the ones we already killed?
No.
10 people.
I would also, if all the shots have died down, I would want to very, very quickly, just because I don't want this to be a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
I want to ask Casey, what was that back there with the captain?
Casey's upstairs.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll tell Mikhail to stay back just in case.
Well, okay. He's a captain of the Crimson Pennant, so definitely the case spell has a tie to this guy. I got irrefutable book. Wilkes, are you getting this?
That's not what I mean. What I
Miss
mean
Rare
is,
Combat.
what did you do?
They're not shooting at us right now. Just get a picture. Here's Bear.
He told
We'll
the
be
truth as
helpful
soon as you
there.
asked him. That wasn't natural.
Wilkes is a combat photographer.
What do you mean?
I
It's
mean,
not
that's-
natural.
I mean, I know void magic when I see it.
Void magic. Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Show me your hands.
I'm not familiar with that idiom.
I mean it literally. I want to see if you've got a mark.
A mark. You mean like an outsider's mark?
Yes, now do it. Stop
What do you
stalling.
know about those?
Stop stalling.
Well, you must be getting some information from the void then. Or you're just smart.
Who is it?
You know.
I suspect.
Wow, what a strange time for such a conversation.
We'll talk about this more later.
What? Come on. You told me nothing. And now you're mad at me. Hey, listen.
I'm not mad. I'm just. We've got bigger fish to fry. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to fry that one.
Can't punch a ship.
Can't
Sab.
convince
I know how.
Sab, like, does Sab go up? I guess Sab goes upstairs and he's just like, Raven, are we gonna start bombarding this ship or not? Yeah. He's like, okay, I'll start getting dynamite. And so he goes back downstairs. Scan tight.
I don't know why I didn't think of this. I'm going to call for backup. And with
There's
that,
a radio.
we're going to end this session.
All right. Yeah, you found one marked by your boy.
Okay.
No,
Any,
no,
any
Miguel, it's
experience
my
points?
What's that?
Any experience points?
You're in the middle of combat, but yes,
I'm not.
3 experience points.
3.
You'll
3.
get your next 2 when you're out of combat.
Ugh.
So, I think I want to try to capture this airship. Since there's only 10 guys left, we're all going to get healed by next session. And I'm
No, we're
thinking...
not. Are we?
Nope.
We're not?
Nope.
Oh,
Mid-session.
we're in the
So
middle.
it's, yeah, because you're in the middle of
Yeah, we're in the middle.
combat.
I thought you said we were
Also,
out of
Sap has
combat.
no
No.
stress points.
You're
Not
out of
active
like
combat.
initiative.
Okay. Okay.
Active combat. You're still like
Never
Get
mind.
You're
down.
not physically avoiding bullets.
So that
Alright,
means we don't get
however.
void points next time either.
We will see you all next week.
Well, that's a session-based thing.